Ladies and gentlemen, it is the moment and the night that we have all been waiting for. Welcome to the Gateway of the West as we are live here in downtown St. Louis, Missouri. And it has been a raucous day here in St. Louis. Media all day for your WWE superstars, meeting fans, doing any interviews that they could or that they were assigned to. It has been a very great day, but now it is time for the piece de resistance. It is time for the finale. The WWE superstars have put blood, sweat, and tears into this moment. Everybody that is here tonight has scratched and clawed for their opportunity. And now tonight, we will see everybody fight for one reason and one reason only, and that is to become a champion. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to St. Louis and welcome to Backlash. We are live for the first premium live event of the calendar year here in the Enterprise Center in St. Louis, Missouri. As you can see here, the stage setup. What a phenomenal job by the production team. And this is a sold out building, ladies and gentlemen. Everybody here in St. Louis has been waiting. And we have a very raucous crowd for you here tonight. It is going to be a good one. St. Louis is ready to go. As you can see, as we said, sold out arena. Tonight is the night that everybody has been working towards, and I cannot believe we are finally here, ladies and gentlemen. We are finally ready to put on the big show that we have all been waiting for. As you can see, a setup of the arena in a little bit more of a good fashion here, ladies and gentlemen. Tonight is the night, and I gotta say, what a card that has been put together, ladies and gentlemen. Like we said, everybody that is here tonight has worked so hard to get to this moment, and now we are finally going to see it come into fruition. As tonight, ladies and gentlemen, in your main event, live from the Enterprise Center here in St. Louis, the World Heavyweight Championship is on the line in this blood feud that has basically been going on, that basically started this calendar year. It is the best in the world, CM Punk, and the Ring General, Gunther. And speaking of CM Punk and Gunther, they arrived to the building earlier today. CM Punk on your left and Gunther on your right, just getting things situated from his car. CM Punk has been standing alone basically all day. He wants his mind exactly where he wants it to be for this big time main event, as both of these men look to prove exactly who is the best in the world. And they are not the only superstars that arrived earlier today. This man just basically on SmackDown just got on the Backlash card, but the American Nightmare Cody Rhodes had the second chance, won, and now he is looking to win the WWE Championship here tonight. Cody Rhodes is ready to go, and he is not the only man ready to go for the WWE Championship. This man has got to be in some mood after what happened this past Friday on SmackDown. The Scottish Warrior, Drew McIntyre, is in the building. He will also be fighting for the WWE Championship. You can look at this here. The Judgment Day is in the building. Finn Balor on your left and Liv Morgan on your right. Both of these two will be competing for championships here tonight. Finn Balor competing for the WWE Championship, and Liv Morgan taking on Bianca Belair for the WWE Women's title. And of course, you've got the hometown hero. The man has made his homecoming. The Viper, Randy Orton, is in the building. As you can hear the Enterprise Center going crazy for one of their own. The Viper is in the building, ready to win that 15th World Championship. And ladies and gentlemen, we might not have to wait too very long for that, because I believe, if I'm looking at my rundown sheet, ladies and gentlemen, these people aren't going to have to wait for Randy Orton, because kicking off the show here tonight in just moments, the WWE Championship is on the line. Fatal 4-way matchup. Finn Balor, Randy Orton, Cody Rhodes and Drew McIntyre. It's been enough talking. Let's get this big event finally underway. It is time, ladies and gentlemen. It is time to get this show kicked off, and I couldn't think of a better way to do it than fighting over one of the most prestigious prizes in the business. The Undisputed WWE Championship is on the line, and for this man, it took a second opportunity, defeating Dominic Mysterio this past Friday on SmackDown, and what a matchup it was. And now tonight, he finally is right where he wanted to be from the start, and he has to make the most of it. This St. Louis crowd is on their feet for the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes. The man that the people believe is the undisputed face of the WWE. And tonight, here right now, if he can walk out of this matchup with the title, then ladies and gentlemen, that fact itself might be undisputed. But of course, it will not be easy, and Cody knows that because he's going against three of the best that SmackDown has to offer. And this man, you could say, is the main reason that Cody Rhodes is even here in St. Louis in the first place. This man has to be in some mood here tonight. Ever since the season premiere of SmackDown weeks ago, all the way back in Orlando, Drew McIntyre has made it his mission. His mission to make sure Cody Rhodes' life is unbearable and that he never even sniffs the undisputed WWE Championship. On that same night on the season premiere, he would cost Cody Rhodes, Randy Orton, and Sami Zayn a six-man tag team matchup against the Judgment Day when he claymored Cody's head off. Then, of course, the next week, Drew McIntyre would make sure he made it known that this was his mission, but at the same time, he would drop the bombshell that he would be included in this WWE Championship contest. Obviously, that caught everybody off guard because Drew had not done a thing to earn this title opportunity. But then, of course, this past Friday on SmackDown was the ultimate mistake by Drew McIntyre, getting involved in Dominic's matchup against Cody Rhodes when the Judgment Day basically told him, listen, do not go anywhere near that contest or it might screw everybody over, and this is how we got here today. This past Friday, Drew McIntyre, sticking his nose in business that did not involve him, accidentally claymoring Dominic Mysterio's head off, which allowed Cody Rhodes to pick up the win. At the end of the day, it basically seemed like Drew McIntyre basically screwed over everybody when he was trying to make sure that the Judgment Day didn't screw him out of the WWE Championship. And now it is a fatal four-way contest. And this man, Finn Balor, we saw him talking to Liv Morgan earlier today. There has to be a plan set in stone for the Judgment Day here tonight. And the Prince is finally looking to get back to the pinnacle of the business.
Representing the Judgment Day from Bray, County Wicklow, Ireland, weighing in at 190 pounds, Finn Balor.
You know, ladies and gentlemen, it's been a long time. It's been a long time since Finn Balor has been at the top of the food chain. We all know the story. The inaugural WWE Universal Champion, a star in the making, was Finn Balor. Had to relinquish that championship due to an injury, and ever since then, he has not been able to break through that glass ceiling. He has just not been able to capture that world title taste ever again. So many opportunities, and yet no dice for the Prince. But Finn Balor believes something is different here tonight. He believes the air is different here in the Enterprise Center in St. Louis, Missouri. And now he believes with his new family in the Judgment Day, it will finally be his time once again. We heard what Finn Balor had to say on the season premiere SmackDown to Cody Rhodes. The mission for the Judgment Day, hold all the gold. They have two matchups here tonight, and Finn Balor is looking to kick things off almost immediately by capturing the top prize in the sport. The hometown hero is in the building. St. Louis is on their feet for one of their own. And you can see it in the face of the Viper. He is feeling the energy from his hometown people. Randy Orton is back home. This is the homecoming, and what a Cinderella story it would be if the Viper is able to capture the 15th World Championship in front of his family and friends. You can hear St. Louis on their feet for one of their own, on their feet for the Viper. Listen to this place. Everybody is behind Randy Orton here tonight. This place went into a frenzy as Randy Orton entered the scene. The atmosphere here in the Enterprise Center is unlike anything I've seen, ladies and gentlemen. This has been electric, and a bell hasn't even rung yet. You can see Randy Orton soaking it all in, but he knows he can't get too caught up in this atmosphere. He can't get too caught up in the welfare from his hometown. He has a mission. He has a job to do here tonight. And he wants to walk out of here with that undisputed WWE Championship. It's been a couple of years since Randy Orton has held that world title. And the last time he held it was really for only a mere few weeks. And he beat Drew McIntyre for that title, ladies and gentlemen. He beat Drew McIntyre for it, and then also lost that title weeks later to the Scottish Warrior. Every man in this matchup here tonight has history with each other. And I just know this is going to be a banger, ladies and gentlemen. What a way to kick off the show here tonight. You hear St. Louis on their feet for Randy Orton. Finn Balor, Cody Rhodes, and Drew McIntyre. You must know that even though it's a fatal four-way matchup, and basically, in theory, everybody has a 25% chance of winning, they've got to be at a disadvantage because Randy Orton has about 18,000 people behind him here tonight. The Viper has the wrist taped up, has the fist taped up. He's ready for war. Everybody in this contest is ready for war. The Undisputed Championship is on the line to kick off Backlash. All four competitors are ready. Cody Rhodes, Drew McIntyre, Finn Balor, and Randy Orton. as we now ring the bell. Backlash is officially underway. Here we go. And oh my goodness, out of the gate, you see Finn Balor and Drew McIntyre trying to go after Cody Rhodes. There's going to be a lot of action to follow in this fatal four-way contest. The only way to win the championship is by pinfall or submission in the middle of the squared circle. As we said, all of these men, former world champions in their own right. Of course, some longer than others, but they all know what it takes to win a world championship, and we are going to see exactly who has enough in the tank to walk out of here as the undisputed champion. See right now, Finn Balor going to work on Randy Orton. Meanwhile, Cody Rhodes and Drew McIntyre renewing their rivalry over there. Now, Finn Balor with a sling blade to Cody Rhodes, along with a drop kick to the side of the head. And now Randy Orton now following it up with the Luthes press, and Drew McIntyre sending Cody Rhodes to the outside. And here we go. The brawl is now starting to spill onto the outside. All four competitors now out there. Neck breaker by Randy Orton. Of course, everybody has their own strategy here tonight. There's going to have to be a lot of changes throughout those strategies with everything that goes down in this matchup, but all that matters is somebody walks out of here with the gold. Finn Balor, Pele kick there onto Randy Orton, and right now the Prince feeling pretty good about himself. Drew McIntyre has a hold of Cody Rhodes, and Cody sent into the barricade. Cody felt a lot of that barricade this past Friday on SmackDown. You got to think Cody Rhodes cannot be 100%, and he's kept his status close to the chest. He's not really told anybody how he's feeling. He knew he would be here to fight here tonight for the world title. Cody Rhodes and Finn Balor now the only one standing, but now Finn Balor makes himself the only one standing, at least for a couple seconds, before Drew and Randy get to their feet. Now Randy Orton's going to get up on the apron, and now, oh my goodness, oh my God, a hip toss to the outside, followed up by, oh my goodness, everybody just going to town on Finn Balor. Poor Finn Balor. As far as I know, ladies and gentlemen, no other members of the Judgment Day are in the building tonight, so it seems like the Prince going at it alone to try to win the World Championship, and he brings out a damn sledgehammer. What the hell is he looking to do with that? Randy Orton with the first cover of the matchup, but broken up by Finn Balor. Sending Randy to the corner. Randy able to fight out of that. Now Cody Rhodes looking to get a piece of Randy Orton. He's sent onto the apron, and Drew McIntyre's right there to grab him. And oh, big clothesline by Drew. It's been non-stop action ever since that bell rung, as Cody Rhodes now looking for that bionic elbow to Finn Balor, and he's got it. And now Drew McIntyre running neck breaker. Drew now the only one standing in the ring. He's got a cover here on the American Nightmare kick out. Randy Orton on the top rope. Oh my goodness, double axe handle to the back of Drew McIntyre. Into the cover now goes Randy, and there's Cody Rhodes to break it up. As we know, Cody Rhodes and Randy Orton, longtime friends. Of course, Randy, a mentor to Cody Rhodes early on in his career. But at the end of the day, this is for the WWE Championship. We got a crossroads early on. Crossroads broken up by McIntyre. But as you can see, Cody Rhodes pulling out all the stops. An early crossroads from the American Nightmare. Though a clothesline for his troubles, however. Cover by Drew McIntyre. We've got a kick out by Cody. Mere clothesline will not be enough to take down the American Nightmare. Randy Orton back in the fray. Puts Drew on the top rope now. And now throws him down onto the canvas. Cody Rhodes there to intercept Randy Orton. Now Cody, what's he planning to do? Possibly he was looking for another disaster kick. Randy Orton not going for it. Meanwhile, Finn Balor brought in a kendo stick, and Randy took it from him. And as you can see, the plan so far with these weapons not going so well for the Prince. And oh no! Randy Orton looking to go to that place. This is vintage Orton with the draped DDT. Randy Orton is feeling it, looking out to the WWE Universe. Oh no, Schoolboy here by Drew McIntyre has the cover on Randy Orton and a kick out at 2. Oh my goodness, nearly stole the championship in front of everybody. Right now, Drew and Cody, the only ones. Oh my goodness, a Claymore kick! A Claymore kick out of nowhere into the cover to win the championship. Kick out by Cody Rhodes. Oh my God, a Claymore kick out of nowhere by the Scottish Warrior. Nearly won him the championship right there. Drew McIntyre nearly stole the WWE Championship not once but twice in the matter of minutes. Now Finn Balor's got a chair. What's he going to do with this chair? Every time Finn Balor tries to bring in a weapon, it doesn't go well for him. I mean, I guess this was the strategy that him and Liv Morgan were talking about earlier today when they arrived to the building, but clearly he's going to have to change his strategy now. Oh, takes out the knee of Cody Rhodes. That's a smart start for Finn Balor. And now him and Drew McIntyre going out. You got to think Finn Balor feeling some type of way about the Scottish Warrior after what transpired this past Friday on SmackDown when he basically, oh my goodness, well there's the steel chair. Oh my goodness, the steel chair to Drew, and now the steel chair to the skull of Randy Orton. Into the cover goes Finn. Oh, an immediate kick out though by Randy. Not going to allow that chair shot to end the matchup. Not in his hometown at the least. Cody Rhodes off the Alabama Slam, going to fall into the cover. Randy Orton giving some grace here, and now he's going to break it up. Finn Balor also was able to kick out. And now, oh my goodness, was looking for a back body drop, but Cody Rhodes turned it into a bulldog. Oh my goodness, look at Finn Balor go. Drew tried to rip him off the apron. That didn't work, and then he said, screw it, I'm going to fly on with this clothesline to Cody Rhodes. And, oh my goodness, Drew McIntyre sent into the barricade. I thought he was going into that post. Randy Orton now has a hold of Cody Rhodes. Finn Balor working on Drew McIntyre on the outside. Randy has a cover after the shoulder breaker here. And kick out at 2 by the American Nightmare. Finn Balor has Randy, sends him into the corner. And now Finn Balor, basic body slam right there. You gotta love the basics. Now Finn Balor heads to the top rope. And oh my goodness, that's a coup de grace! A coup de grace by Finn Balor, but he won't be able to capitalize because Drew McIntyre is there. And now Cody Rhodes with a missile springboard drop kick. Oh my goodness. Now Cody tries to take out Drew, not avail. Kick to the gut of Finn Balor. Oh, tried to go for the Glasgow kiss, but Finn Balor right there for the sling blade. Non-stop action in this fatal four-way contest to see who walks out of here with the WWE Championship. Now Cody's got another kendo stick, and tries to go after Randy, but Randy not going to allow that to happen. Cody rolls away from Randy Orton now. Tries to go for something here. Tried probably either a Cody cutter or another disaster kick. Regardless, he didn't get it off. No, wait a minute. Cody has the hook. Crossroads! Crossroads by the American Nightmare. Into the cover on Randy Orton to win the WWE Championship. There's a kick out at 2 by the Viper. Nothing going for Cody Rhodes yet. He thought he had the championship won with that Crossroads. But Randy Orton still in the fight. Wait a minute. Finn Balor, 1916. And now Finn's not done. Kick to the gut, nothing avail. And now it's Drew McIntyre. Oh my goodness, the Glasgow kiss, but not enough effect on it. Claymore! Claymore kick by Drew McIntyre. And Cody Rhodes breaks it up. Drew probably thought he had the championship won. And Randy has to roll out of the ring. He's been taken out. Now the steel steps are involved. Drew with the schoolboy onto Finn Balor here. Kick out by the Prince. Cody and Drew, the only ones left standing in the ring. Finn Balor introduces yet another weapon into the matchup. And tries to go after Orton. Orton does not let it happen. Another disaster kick by the American Nightmare. Cover on Drew McIntyre. Randy and Finn getting back in the ring to break it up, and it is broken up. All these men want that world championship. Schoolboy here by Randy Orton. On to Cody Rhodes, looking to win the matchup. Kick out by the American Nightmare. Now these two longtime friends, the only two left standing, and Cody's now on his feet only. Cody Rhodes working away on Randy Orton. Cody to the second rope now, calling Randy to his feet. It might have been a little bit too far away for Cody to make that jump. Oh, here comes Drew McIntyre breaking up everything. Clothesline. Down goes Cody. Back elbow to Randy Orton. And there's a big boot by the Scottish Warrior. And now it is just him and Cody Rhodes in the middle of the squared circle. Tries to grab Cody. Cody rolls away. Now he's on the ropes here. And now what the hell is Drew McIntyre looking to do? Oh my goodness! Nearly drops Cody on Randy on the outside. That was nearly a disaster for the American Nightmare. Balor sent into the corner by McIntyre. Able to get out of that. And now Balor with another sling blade. Talking a little bit of trash is the Prince. And now another sling blade. Finn Balor starting to feel it as Cody and Randy continue to fight on the outside here. And now there's that missile drop kick, that shotgun drop kick by Finn Balor. Balor's feeling it. He's going to head to the top rope. He believes this might be the finishing touches. Pedigree by Cody. Coup de grace by Finn Balor. To win the championship, Cody has no idea. Cover on Drew McIntyre. Kick out at 2. Cody was so busy trying to take out Randy over here near the announce table that he did not realize that Finn Balor just hit 2 of his best moves, but at the end of the day, Drew McIntyre still got some fight left. And you gotta think, was that Balor's best shot? Crossroads! Crossroads by the American Nightmare, but Randy Orton there to break it up. What do you do if you're any of these 4 men? All of their best shots to no avail so far in this contest. And now Balor sent to the outside. It's just Randy and Drew. Clothesline in the corner. Now Drew McIntyre rolling to the outside. Randy Orton not going to allow that. Oh my goodness. Well, it's only the first matchup of the night, and this announce table is getting torn apart. Cody Rhodes face first, goes Randy Orton onto the floor. And now all 4 of these men fighting in front of us. There's a Glasgow kiss by McIntyre to Cody. Well, ladies and gentlemen, this is beginning to be a very tense situation in front of the announce table, ladies and gentlemen. Anything can happen as the Viper has cleared the announce table. And now Cody, oh my goodness, that straight jacket DDT down onto the steel chair. Cody Rhodes has a hold of Randy Orton now, and there's a reverse DDT. Drew McIntyre, he's got that damn baseball bat. Who's he going to hit with it? Nobody, because Finn Balor takes him down. Randy Orton back to his feet. Has a hold of Cody Rhodes. And now, oh dear. Oh no, ladies and gentlemen. Randy Orton has Cody Rhodes on top of the announce table. Finn Balor and Drew going at it here. Cody Rhodes now starting to fight back against Randy Orton. Reversal by Orton and the RKO through the table. An RKO straight through the announce table. The WWE Universe is on their feet. What a matchup this has been. All the carnage that we have seen in this contest. Randy Orton's got a steel chair now. Cody Rhodes, I don't know how he's up so fast after that RKO. Oh my goodness, he just got a steel chair shot for his troubles. Now Randy and Cody letting it back into the middle of the squared circle. Drew McIntyre finally getting his wits about him will enter as well. Cody and Drew now going at it. Cody has the hook and has Drew, but Drew able to fight out of that one. Finn Balor has the Viper. Neck breaker there by Drew McIntyre on the Cody Rhodes. Finn Balor now right where he needs to be. His hands are on Drew McIntyre. Reversal by McIntyre. Claymore, no! He was able to reverse it. Trying to go for another Claymore to no avail. Cody Rhodes has a hold of Finn Balor, sends him to the corner. Randy Orton, there's the jumping neck breaker. What's he gonna do here? He's weighing his options. Takes out Finn Balor. And now, a clothesline to the back of the head. That sends Finn Balor to the outside. Cody Rhodes, Drew McIntyre, and Randy Orton left in the middle of the squared circle. Cody able to fight out of that hold of Randy Orton. And now here comes Cody Rhodes trying again for something. I haven't seen a Cody cutter all match. Possibly that is what the American Nightmare's been looking for. RKO! RKO! To win the championship! To win the championship! No! Balor breaks it up. Much to the chagrin of the WWE Universe live here in St. Louis. And now McIntyre has a hold of Randy. Snapmare takes him down. And Claymore kick! Oh no! The perfect opportunity here. Cody's down. He's trying to make sure. RKO! Randy Orton, RKO, takes Balor out of the ring. The cover. Everybody's down. 15 World Championships. 15 World Championships for the Viper. He's done it. In front of his hometown in St. Louis, the Viper has captured the 15th world title. What a match, what a finish, what an opening contest. Drew McIntyre hitting the Claymore. Randy opportunistic as ever with the RKO. Balor and Cody are out of it. Listen to this place. The Viper has won it all. He is the world champion. You can see the smile on the face of the Viper. And it's not one with evil intent. Not one with vindication on his mind. But one of pure happiness and joy, ladies and gentlemen. He's done it. The 15th World Championship in front of his family and friends. Everyone here in St. Louis. Randy Orton is the WWE Champion. What a moment, and the party for Randy Orton is just getting started. Well, ladies and gentlemen, all I've got to say is what a moment and what an opening contest that we just witnessed. Randy Orton winning the WWE Championship live here in St. Louis. That is exactly the hot start everybody expected from this big event that we've been building up to for the last couple of weeks. But now it is time to get to our next contest of the night, ladies and gentlemen, as two women will battle for the Women's World Championship. And the man has come around. A first ballot Hall of Famer is the man, Becky Lynch. I don't care how you feel about her. She is one of the greatest to ever do it. Multi-time women's champion, main evented WrestleMania, and of course a former Royal Rumble winner. There isn't much that the man hasn't done in the business, ladies and gentlemen. And of course, on the season premiere of Monday Night Raw, back in Columbia, South Carolina a couple of weeks ago, she believed and she said that she's the only woman in the Raw women's locker room that deserves to hold the Women's World Championship. She defeated Rhea Ripley with a questionable manner to get here tonight, ladies and gentlemen. But regardless, what's done is done, and she is here to become the champion. But she has to face one of the fastest rising stars in the business and a former women's world champion in her own right. The Dark Angel is here. Welcome, La Primera. Of course, a former women's world champion herself. Former NXT Women's Champion, NXT Women's North American Champion. It's been a very fast rise to the top for Stephanie Vaquer, and the WWE Universe has been all for it. And tonight she goes one-on-one with Becky Lynch for the Women's World Championship. Of course, when she was confronting Rhea Ripley a couple of weeks ago, she said that this show belongs to La Primera, and you gotta think Becky Lynch heard every single word of that. Becky believes she's the only one that deserves to hold the Women's World Championship. La Primera, Stephanie Vaquer, believes that Monday Night Raw is now her show. We are going to see these two. Well, I don't want to say Stephanie Vaquer has as big of an ego as Becky Lynch, but obviously everybody has an ego in this business. So we're going to see these two egos clash to see who wins that, the Women's World Championship. Referee Daphne LaShawn is here to officiate this contest here tonight. Women's World Championship is on the line as this one gets underway. The bell has rung. Now Becky Lynch possibly looking for a little bit of chain wrestling to start this one off. Stephanie doesn't know what to really think about it, but she is going to oblige here. Both of these women circling, trying to find an opening that they can take here. And now here we go. We are locked up here. The lockup is here, and we are underway in this contest. Becky Lynch and Stephanie Vaquer 1v1 for the Women's World title. As you can see out of the gate, Becky Lynch getting the best of Stephanie Vaquer early on in a clean breakup. I'm surprised to see that one. I thought Becky Lynch would use some type of underhanded tactic, but it seems like she's going into this one, a little bit more fair. She believes she's the best, and she's going to try to prove it without some underhanded tactics. And now Becky, Stephanie able to move out of the way there as Becky was looking for something big. There's a forearm now by Stephanie Vaquer. She's starting to fight her way back into this contest. Becky sent to the corner. Stephanie with a knee to the gut of Becky Lynch. Now backs up and now runs the face wash there onto Becky. And right now Stephanie has control. To the second rope goes Stephanie Vaquer, calling Becky Lynch up to her feet now. And now Stephanie, oh my goodness, well, I don't know what happened right there. Maybe Becky was a little bit too far, I'm not sure. But regardless, the man is back in control. Kick to the gut there. Now, running drop kick to the face. Cover here by Becky Lynch onto Stephanie. And kick out at one, almost immediate kick out. Becky Lynch knows she's not going to win the championship that quickly. She knows how good Stephanie Vaquer is. Just trying to wear her down a little bit is the man. Now Becky has a hold of the leg and now looking to deal some damage to Stephanie Vaquer. Trying to slow her down a little bit is Becky Lynch. Of course, Becky Lynch, I think a little bit of her reputation is on the line here tonight. She says that she's the only woman that deserves to hold that Women's World title, or she better prove it here tonight. She better walk out of here with that world championship. Otherwise, you could possibly say that times are starting to get a little bit hard for Becky Lynch, that maybe, just maybe, the women's roster is starting to surpass Becky Lynch a little bit. Of course, Becky has always been an advocate to make sure that the women's division is in the best place that it is, but she still wants to be on top. She still wants to be the main attraction. Into the cover once again. Here goes Lynch. Vaquer's in trouble. Kick out at 2 now. Becky Lynch methodically running down, and Stephanie Vaquer running down, trying to weaken her down a little bit. But Stephanie still has a lot of fight left in her. She's going to continue to fight until she can't anymore. Big kick to the gut there by Stephanie Vaquer, followed up with a running leg drop down onto Becky Lynch. Becky gonna roll to the outside, catch a little bit of a breather. Stephanie on the top rope. Oh my goodness, down goes Becky Lynch. Down goes Becky, and right now Stephanie Vaquer is in control of this contest. Well, never mind, she just got hit with that big boot for her troubles. And now Becky Lynch. What she looking to do here is, no, Stephanie able to catch her off guard with that running clothesline. And now Stephanie on the apron here is, oh my goodness, she tried to go for that Meteora off the apron, and I believe Becky might have sidestepped just a tad bit, as now Stephanie is thrown away by Becky Lynch. And oh my goodness, she just hits the ground. Becky gonna get back into the ring to break the count here of referee Daphne LaShawn. She can't be too happy about that one. But I guess to keep the matchup longer than it needs to be. Face breaker right there by Stephanie might have busted Becky Lynch open. Now Stephanie's back on the top rope. What's she looking to do right now? And now Stephanie with a crossbody to the outside. And the Dark Angel has fought her way back into this matchup. Becky's got no idea where she is right now. Now Stephanie sending Becky back into the middle of the ring. She's going to roll her over for the cover here. Hooking the leg is Stephanie Vaquer. Becky Lynch, does she have enough left in her? She does. Kick out at 2. What's Stephanie Vaquer looking to do right now? Looking to continue the attack. Looking to make sure Becky Lynch does not have enough recovery time. Sends her to the corner once again. Now has her on the top rope. What's Stephanie looking to do? Becky, though, gets the boot up. Not able to let Stephanie do what she wanted. Some chops here from the man. Becky has the Dark Angel right where she wants her. Wait a minute, Becky Lynch, a pedigree there by Becky Lynch. Well, look at that. Pedigree by the man taking down the Dark Angel. And now Becky Lynch going to the top rope. We saw her do this past Monday on Raw. Becky Lynch now with a big elbow drop. Elbow drop by Becky, falling into the cover, hooking the leg of Stephanie, and oh, kick out. Nearly won the championship with that elbow drop. But clearly, there's enough fight left in Stephanie Vaquer. And now Becky Lynch looking to wrap that arm, now looking for this submission hold. Has it locked in pretty tight here on Stephanie Vaquer. As you can see, they're wrenching back on that arm. She's just going to let it go. I guess trying to work the arm a little bit, trying to soften her up for that disarmer later in the match. Now Becky Lynch sending Stephanie back to the outside. And I guess Becky possibly getting a little bit of a breather, trying to think about her next move as she taunts towards the WWE Universe. Becky now on the apron here, calling Stephanie back up to her feet. Here comes Becky Lynch now, double axe handle off the apron. Please don't come over here by the announce table. We just got this one put back up. There we go. Becky Lynch puts Stephanie back in the ring here. Becky back to the top rope, and another elbow drop as Stephanie was trying to get up. And now, wait a minute. Becky Lynch might be calling for the end of this one. Becky now, ooh, reversal by Stephanie. She got the back elbow up. Stephanie now has hold of Becky. Wait a minute. SVB. SVB by Stephanie Vaquer. It's not enough, though. Kick out by Becky Lynch. SVB out of nowhere as Becky was possibly looking for the manhandle slam. Back elbow by Stephanie, followed up by the SVB. But at the end of the day, the matchup continues. The Women's World Championship is on the line in our second contest of the night. Now Stephanie has a hold of Becky. What's she looking to do? There's a nice back suplex. Belly to back right there. Now Stephanie's going to head to the top rope. What's she going to do right here? Stephanie Vaquer hits as an elbow drop of her own onto Becky Lynch. Cover on the man. Stephanie Vaquer believes this might be enough to win the title, but it won't be. Kick out by Becky at 2. She got the shoulder up again. Big strikes here by Stephanie, reversed by Becky. As, oh, there's a nice uppercut by the man. Becky Lynch right now in full control. Of course, Becky got here by defeating Rhea Ripley in a questionable manner when we saw NXT's JC Jane get herself involved. I don't know what's up with that one. I don't even know if Becky knew that she was there. Hopefully we get more information on that on Raw coming up here after Backlash. And then, of course, in an absolute classic this past Monday on Raw, Stephanie Vaquer defeating Io Sky to get to St. Louis here tonight. Oh, my goodness, superplex by Becky Lynch. Superplex by Becky Lynch. And now these two meeting tonight to see who walks out of St. Louis as the top dog in the women's division. On Monday Night Raw, the Disarmer is locked in. Disarmer locked in. Stephanie Vaquer is in trouble. Becky Lynch can win the Women's World Championship right here. This move has won her many championships in her career. Stephanie's in trouble. She's got to find a way to fight out of this. You can see the bruising on her arm. Becky Lynch has really worked on that arm. You got to think how much strength is left in that arm of Stephanie, but Stephanie able to fight out of that. That left arm's got to be hurt, though. I mean, just look at the bruising on that arm, ladies and gentlemen. And now Becky, oh no, manhandle slam to win the championship, to be the top dog, kick out. And Becky can't believe it. She thought she had the championship won with the manhandle slam. And now Becky Lynch probably be questioning, well, now what do I do? What do I do to take out the Dark Angel here tonight and to walk out of here with the top prize? Maybe Becky Lynch started to realize that she's not the only woman that deserves to be world champion. Now she's talking to Daphne LaShawn, trying to make sure that that count was actually a 2 and wasn't a 3. And now Becky has a hold of Stephanie Vaquer. What's she looking to do here? Walks over to the corner and a little bit of snake eyes for the Dark Angel. Now Becky Lynch looking to stomp a mud hole into Stephanie in that corner. Becky has a hold of Stephanie, going to pull her away a little bit there. What's Becky looking to do here? Onto the second rope goes Becky Lynch, and there's a double axe handle. Becky Lynch now starting to talk a little bit of that trash. We all know that's what Becky loves to do. It seems like most of the crowd tonight is behind Stephanie Vaquer, but there's been some Becky cheers here tonight. Now Becky raining down strikes on Stephanie. Stephanie, though, able to fight back. Fighting back is Stephanie Vaquer, and now these two starting to go back and forth. All of this for the Women's World Championship. Back and forth go Vaquer and Lynch. What a contest this has been. Becky Lynch now hits back Stephanie Vaquer. Stephanie is, blocked by Becky. And blocked by Stephanie. And blocked by Becky. And blocked by Stephanie. Oh my goodness, neither of them can get the upper hand. We got the hockey fight right here. Who's going to get the upper hand in this situation? It seems like it's going to be the man. And oh no, manhandle slam, the second of the matchup. It only took 2 to take down Rhea Ripley this past Monday, but it's going to be more for Stephanie Vaquer. And now Becky Lynch is furious, once again asking referee Daphne LaShawn, are you sure that wasn't a 3 count? And now wait a minute, Stephanie looking to roll up here, looking to catch Becky Lynch off guard, looking to steal the championship, kick out by Becky. And now Stephanie, oh my goodness, the roll through into the DDT. Stephanie Vaquer starting to get herself back into the contest. And now Stephanie, big strike there to Becky Lynch. Stephanie Vaquer, there's a nice super kick. That super kick helped her take out Io Sky this past Monday. And now Stephanie Vaquer possibly looking to finish this one. Becky, though, with a kick to the gut, not going to allow it. And now the third manhandle slam of the match. That's gotta be it. That's gotta be it. Stephanie's down and out, but Becky is not going for the cover. Is she starting to have doubts? Is she starting to think that maybe, just maybe, that won't be enough either? What's she looking to do right here? Is, oh no, she's going to lock in that disarmer again already on that injured arm. I don't know how much Stephanie Vaquer can take anymore. That arm is hurt. She's been hit with 3-man handle slams. What is she gonna have to do to fight her way back into the contest? Wait a minute, what the hell? That's the music of AJ Lee. Becky Lynch doesn't know what's going on. Becky Lynch seems like she's seen a ghost and AJ is here. Well, we know AJ confronted Becky Lynch on the season premiere of Raw, saying that she will do whatever it takes to basically humble Becky Lynch. And it seems like that distraction was more than enough. Becky Lynch's eye was taken off the ball just a little bit with the arrival of AJ Lee. Stephanie Vaquer was able to slip out of the grasp. Wait a minute here. SVB. SVB by Stephanie. Becky Lynch now is in prime position. Here we go. Flying through the air is the Dark Angel. Hooking the leg of Becky Lynch. We've got our Women's World Champion. AJ Lee has stuck it to the man here tonight. Becky Lynch basically had the match won. But with the arrival of AJ Lee, Becky Lynch was caught off guard, thrown for a loop just a tad bit. And that distraction was more than enough time for Stephanie Vaquer to slip her arm out of the grasp of the disarmer. And with this phenomenal maneuver right here, the Dark Angel has claimed her throne at the top.
Here is your winner, and the new WWE Women's World Champion, Vaquer.
Well, I mean, we all know Becky Lynch is going to be severely furious after the events that transpired here tonight. But at the end of the day, she just was not good enough. And the Dark Angel, La Primera, runs Monday Night Raw. Well, coming up next, ladies and gentlemen, the World Tag Team Championships are on the line. Two of the greatest tag teams of all time will compete as the Motor City Machine Guns, Alex Shelley and Chris Sabin, go 2v2 with the brothers Uso in Jimmy and Jay. Of course, the Usos have the longest reign in WWE history when it comes to tag team championships. The longest reigning tag team title reign of all time. And we are going to see if they can add another reign to their historical run. You know, in recent years, the Usos have felt a little bit disrespected by the WWE Universe, just a tad bit. Basically, Jey Uso has gone on rants saying, "You will appreciate us when we're gone," of course, talking about his entire family. And him and his brother, his twin brother, are looking to put another stamp in their family's legacy. They are taking on one of the greatest tag teams of all time. At least that's what the collective wrestling community says. Two of the greatest tag teams to ever do it, competing 2v2 here tonight to see exactly who are the top dogs in the tag team division on the red brand. Well, these two gentlemen right here know a thing or two about success, ladies and gentlemen. Chris Sabin and Alex Shelley, whether it's tag team championships or singles gold, almost everywhere they've been, there has been gold wrapped around the waist of the Motor City Machine Guns. And tonight could be no different. Tonight could be yet another night where Motor City could be draped in gold, and that is exactly what they are looking to do as they take on the Usos. Big fight feel in this one, ladies and gentlemen. The World Tag Team Championships are on the line. Referee Dallas Irvin is in control of this bout. As you can see there, the World Tag Team Championships, such beautiful championships right there. And one of these two teams is walking out of St. Louis with those. We're going to have Jimmy Uso and Alex Shelley kicking us off in this matchup. As here we go, it's underway. The Usos and the Motor City Machine Guns out of the gate. A super kick by Big Jim. That is a great start for the Brothers Uso. As right now, Jimmy Uso starting to work away on Alex Shelley. We've seen the trash talk between these two teams over the last few weeks. It started really with the Motor City Machine Guns coming out and basically congratulating the Usos on a solid win a couple of weeks ago on Monday Night Raw. But then the next week, when the Motor City Machine Guns would then pick up a victory, the Usos, they didn't give too heartwhelmed of a congratulations. It was really more some trash talk from the Usos. So this is how we got here tonight, as there's a double super kick as Jay just tagged himself into the match. So a little bit of hostility between these two teams really started by the Usos. Meanwhile, the Motor City Machine Guns were trying to have a little bit more of a respective rivalry between the two sides. So we'll see exactly how it transpires here tonight. Alex Shelley, there's a nice enziguri right there to main event Jey Uso. Of course, Jey Uso has had single success in his career, a former Intercontinental champion, of course, a former world champion. Jimmy Uso has yet to taste that type of success, but regardless, these brothers are always having each other's back. Right now, though, Jey Uso not looking very good right now. Alex Shelley sends him to the corner. We get a tag into Chris Sabin. And now the Motor City Machine Guns seem to be in control of this one. Here comes Chris Sabin now starting to work away on Jay. Now Sabin with the snapmare. What's he looking to do here? Dallas Irvin, get out the way. My goodness, what a kick. Dallas Irvin's got to stay out the way in this one. He's been in the way at least 2 times already in this contest. As now what's looking for here? Look at the power. Chris Sabin with the power bomb onto Jey Uso. Cover here on main event Jay, and there's a kick out at 2, getting the shoulder up. Chris Sabin now, what's he planning to do right here? Has a hold of Jey Uso, looking for something big, but Jey Uso not going to allow it. And there's a running clothesline there. Hold up the ones, ladies and gentlemen. The Usos always say, you the twos and we the ones. Of course, the moniker of the bloodline. There's a Samoan drop. Samoan drop by Jey Uso. Now he's going to head up to the second rope. Here comes Jay. There's a nice drop kick there. Shotgun drop kick by Jey Uso and takes Alex Shelley off the apron. And now the Usos are starting to feel it. This is exactly the type of pace that the Usos want to go. Tag in to Jimmy now. Jay has a hold of Chris Sabin, and that leg is exposed. He has a submission hold locked in, and now Jimmy Uso with the Uso splash down onto the leg of Chris Sabin. That can be monumental for this matchup. Now Jimmy with a hip toss neck breaker there to Chris Sabin. Falling into the cover, Chris Sabin is far away from Alex Shelley. There's a kick out at 2, however. This matchup's still not over. Jimmy Uso starting to slow things down just a tad bit. Looking to deal some more damage onto Chris Sabin. Some chops now by Jimmy Uso. Gonna send Sabin to the other corner. What's he looking to do here? Jimmy Uso with a big splash into the corner now sends Chris Sabin out of it. And the running headbutt by Jimmy Uso. Continuing to hold up the ones are the Usos and everybody here live in the Enterprise Center. And now has a hold of Sabin. What's he looking to do here? There's a nice body slam. Big Jim to the second rope. What's Jimmy looking to do? A splash to the back now of Chris Sabin. And right now, Motor City not looking too good. We've got a cover here by Jim, and there's a kick out. Well, excuse me, not a kick out, but a breakup nonetheless from Alex Shelley. Jimmy Uso not too happy about that one, but he's got to stay focused on the legal man. Here comes Jimmy Uso starting to rain down some punches here. Now Chris Sabin sent into Dallas Irvin again. Dallas Irvin needs to start getting out of the way, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know what he's doing in that ring right now, but he is just continuing to bump into the competitors here tonight, just messing up any momentum that they had. As you can see now, Motor City is starting to fight back into this one after Jimmy Uso had all the momentum going for the Usos. Here comes Alex Shelley off the tag, taking down Big Jim. Looking to take out Jay, but oh my goodness, Jay Uso not going to allow it. And oh my goodness, well, tried to do the Uso chant, but Alex Shelley won going for it with a baseball slide and takes down Big Jim once again. Now here come the Motor City Machine Guns as Alex Shelley has started to build momentum for his side. Has a hold of Big Jim. There's a nice swinging neck breaker. Falling into the cover, hooking the leg of Big Jim. Are the Usos out for this one? Kick out. Not done just yet is Jimmy Uso. Sending Jimmy to the corner. And now there's a big strike there by Alex Shelley. And Shelley now looking to work to the top rope. What's he planning here? Calling Jimmy Uso up to his feet. He is in the drop zone, is Big Jim. Oh my goodness, what a kick by Alex Shelley. Into the cover now. Jimmy Uso's in trouble once again. We've got another kick out. Another kick out by Big Jim, but he's got to find a way to Jey Uso immediately. Alex Shelley's in the way. Big Jim's got to fight Alex Shelley out of there. There's a super kick to the gut. And Alex Shelley hit the ground almost immediately after that one. Big Jim trying to fight his way back to his twin brother. And indeed he will. Puts Alex Shelley in the corner. We've got a tag to Jey Uso. Here come the Usos again with a double super kick. Alex Shelley is down right now. And oh, he does get the tag to Chris Sabin. Here comes Chris Sabin now, trying to fire off strikes. Jey Uso able to block that. Another block by Chris Sabin. Sabin gets a strike, but another block by Jey Uso. Super kick to the gut. Here comes Jey Uso. The former World Heavyweight Champion is now in control. What's he going to do now? There's a super kick to the gut once again with that big strike. Jey Uso is in business. Now going to send Chris Sabin off the ropes here. And, oh, there's a nice power slam. Showing off the power is Jey. Into the cover now. Sabin is in trouble. Alex Shelley breaking it up yet again. Jey Uso has a hold of Chris Sabin. Sends him to the corner. Puts him on the top rope now. Reversal by Sabin. He was able to get out of that. And now here comes Chris Sabin looking for the Lamahi straw, and he has it hooked. Shoulders are down for Jey Uso. He's got the cover. Jey Uso is in deep trouble, but he gets the shoulders up kick out. And Chris Sabin with a kick to the gut now of Jey Uso. Followed up with the Shining Wizard. Shining Wizard puts Sabin on the top rope now. And now Sabin with a big elbow drop. My goodness, did he fly through the air on that one. Cover on Jey, but Jimmy is there to save his brother. Chris Sabin's got to keep his eye on the ball, his eye on the prize, as now here's Sabin looking for a big driver here, hooking the leg with it, and he's got it. Jey Uso is down. We've got a cover by Sabin to win the World Tag Team Championships, to walk out of St. Louis with the gold, but Jey Uso says no. The Usos are not down and out just yet. Jey Uso has got to start fighting back. There's a spear. That surely will help it out. Into the cover. Hooking the leg is Jey Uso, but we've got a kick out once again. My goodness, that spear came out of nowhere, but it wasn't enough to put away the Motor City Machine Guns. Shelly, however, was knocked off the apron once again, and maybe, just maybe, this could be signaling the end. The tag into Jimmy. The ring belongs to the Usos. Chris Sabin hit with the 1D. Cover by Jimmy Uso, hooking the leg. Another World Tag Team Championship reign is not in the cards just yet. What do you do now if you're the Usos? Just hit your best shot, the 1D. That's exactly what they just hit, and it seems like there's still a lot of fight left in the Motor City Machine Guns. Sabin able to fight out of the grasp of Jimmy Uso. Sends him to the corner. Oh, tries to take out Jay. Jay was able to move out of the way. Sabin's going to try again, and once again, Jay Uso gets out of the way. And here comes Jimmy Uso now out of the corner and has the legs hooked. The shoulders are down into the cover. Goes Chris Sabin, kick out. Able to get that shoulder up. He was too busy trying to take out main event Jay Uso on the apron that he forgot about Jimmy. Oh, there's a nice step up enziguri by Chris Sabin. And now, well, this time he has a hold of Jay and he takes him off the apron that time. And now Motor City is in control. Jimmy is in trouble. We got a tag. Oh boy, we may be looking for some skull and bones. The cover on Jimmy Uso. Is this gonna do it? Wow, they got him. They caught him off guard, and the Motor City Machine Guns, just like that, are the World Tag Team Champions. My goodness, the Usos were caught on an off day. Not many times you can say that, that's for sure. The Usos did not have what it takes here tonight. They did not have their head in the game, or at the least, they didn't take Motor City as seriously as they should have. And at the end of the day, a skull and bones from Motor City secures them the championships of the world. What a contest.
Here are your winners, and the new World Tag Team Champions, Alex Shelley and Chris Sabin, the Motor City Machine Guns.
Well, while the Usos lay on the outside and try to contemplate just what the hell happened here tonight in St. Louis, the Motor City Machine Guns celebrate as they walk out your new World Tag Team Champions. But from one set of tag team championships to another, it is now time for the WWE Tag Team Championships of SmackDown to be contested for, as DIY's Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa go 2v2 with Montez Ford and Angelo Dawkins of the Street Profits. Of course, this is the finals to the WWE Tag Team Championship Tournament. As you look at the bracket and you see how this is all played out. The Street Profits defeating the LWO and the Wyatt Six on their path to get here tonight. And then, of course, DIY defeating Alpha Academy and Fraxium to get here to St. Louis as well. And now it is time to see who will be crowned the champions, who is going to walk out of here with the WWE Tag Team titles. One half of the equation are these two men, Gargano and Ciampa of DIY. And as of late, while their methods may be questionable, while they might not be on the side of good, they've done what they needed to do to get to the big match here tonight. Well, of course, this past Friday on SmackDown, with the help of the exposed turnbuckle, these two men advanced to the finals here tonight. Like I said, questionable manner, but at the end of the day, these two needed to do what they needed to do in order to secure their spot in the finals. But they better have a backup plan here tonight, because I don't think it's going to go the same way as they envisioned this past Friday. These two men have a score to settle with DIY. DIY would come out and talk some trash to these two individuals after their victory this past Friday. Montez Ford and Angelo Dawkins look to sew DIY's mouth shut and walk out of here with the tag team gold. You know, I spoke to Angelo and Montez earlier tonight, basically getting their thoughts on DIY and, you know, just everything that transpired on Friday. And they said, look, DIY can talk all they want, but at the end of the day, we're going to prove that we are better than them at Backlash, and we are going to walk out of there with our WWE Tag Team titles. This is going to be an interesting situation. There is clearly some tension between these two teams. Both teams want to be the top dogs. Both teams want to get back to the pinnacle of tag team wrestling. Of course, these two teams have a lot in common. Everyone here has held the NXT Tag Team titles. Of course, both of these teams former WWE Tag Team champions here on the main roster as well. So it's going to be interesting to see whose plan is going to work the best. The WWE Tag Team titles on the line here tonight in St. Louis, as the Enterprise Center is on their feet for this contest as well. They've been on their feet pretty much all night, as referee Jessica Carr will be the referee in charge of this one. Tommaso Ciampa will start things off against Montez Ford. He's got that gold chain on. He's got two of them on, really. As here we go, this matchup is underway. As now, oh my goodness, out of the gate, that's a great start for Montez and and Angelo Dawkins. Big running knee strike by Montez Ford, and it seems like out of the gate, the Profits have the advantage of nice start for Montez. You see, they're taunting Johnny Gargano, as all Gargano can do right now is look on at Ciampa. Now Ciampa sent to the Profits corner, a tag in to Angelo Dawkins. Now look at this, Montez Ford playing his little games as he usually does. Ciampa caught up on the ropes. Here comes Angelo now right on top of Ciampa. And right now, this is not a good start for DIY. But then again, this is exactly how the matchup started for them this past Friday on SmackDown. And look where that got them. That got them a win. Right now, Tommaso Ciampa not looking too very good. Here comes Angelo now. Oh, a big splash landing on top of Tommaso Ciampa. Quick tag once again. Here comes in Montez Ford. What is he going to do now? What's the game plan for Ford? Sends Tommaso to the corner. Big clothesline. Down goes Tommaso Ciampa. Ciampa is down. Montez Ford. My goodness. Springboard off the second rope into the splash. Cover here on Tommaso Ciampa. Kick out at 2. And Gargano is also there to break it up just to make sure. Well, Tommaso's got to find a way back into this contest, or this one's going to be over faster than it started. And there is a good start right there with that flying clothesline. Catching Montez Ford off guard. We got a tag. In comes in Johnny Gargano. And now DIY. Oh my goodness, a shatter machine. A shatter machine out the gate. My goodness. That's a big maneuver right there that is surely going to swing the momentum in DIY's favor. And now Gargano has control of Montez Ford, starting to wear down one half of the Street Profits, and all Angelo Dawkins can do at the moment is look on. Now Gargano trying to get a cheap shot on Angelo. Angelo is not going to allow it. Gargano trying to talk a little trash, but there's Montez Ford right there with the schoolboy, with the roll-up here. Gargano, though, getting the shoulder up at 1. And now Gargano with a clothesline. Angelo trying to get Montez's attention, but there's Gargano. Now he gets his cheap shot in. This is exactly what we were talking about. The actions of DIY had just been despicable as of late, taking corners whenever they can. Many people are hoping that DIY can get their comeuppance tonight at the hands of the Street Profits, but as it seems right now, DIY is not doing anybody a favor. Getting the tag, in comes in Tommaso Ciampa now. Montez sent into the corner, and now this is more tag team expertise by DIY. Love them or hate them, you gotta know that these two are very, very talented, and they are very, very intelligent. They know exactly what they do in the middle of the squared circle. Of course, they aren't former tag team champions for no reason. Both of these men also former NXT champions. They've had success on every level. Right now, Tommaso Ciampa showing that he is the psycho killer, the more aggressive of the two. And now Montez sent over the top rope. What's going to happen here? The hell is Tommaso Ciampa looking to do right now? Oh my God. And oh my goodness! DDT on the apron. That just might do it right there. And Tommaso Ciampa signaling that it's done. This match is over. DIY's walking out with the tag team titles. And he may be right. Montez might be concussed after that. Roll him over into the cover. Jessica Carr in position here for the count. And there's a kick out at 2. Tommaso thought it was over, but clearly it is not. There is still fight left in Montez Ford, and he shows it right there, getting that shot off. Misses the chop, though. Here we go. He got that one, and he got another one. Here comes Montez Ford starting to fight back. There's a nice super kick. And he will get the tag to Big Dogs. Tommaso has no clue where he is right now. Big Dogs now in the fray, raining down some punches on Tommaso Ciampa. And there goes that big left hand. We've seen Dogs use that a couple times. It's damn near knocked everybody out. Oh my goodness, a double axe handle from Angelo Dawkins, and the Street Profits are fired up. What's Dawkins planning to do here? Sends Tommaso into the ropes, hits the drop down, and now jumps over Tommaso as, bumps into Tommaso, but hits him with the spear. Spear out of nowhere, falling into the cover on Tommaso Ciampa, and there's a kick out at 2, getting the shoulder up. And Gargano knows this is a very bad situation for DIY, but here comes Angelo Dawkins getting back at that cheap shot that Gargano had on him. Tommaso, though, trying to get an upper hand, but not going to happen as Angelo able to move out of the way of both attempts. And now Angelo Dawkins throws Tommaso over his shoulder and down onto the mat. Angelo Dawkins has gotten back the momentum for the Street Profits. Gargano getting back on the apron now. He can't be too happy about what he's seeing, but Tommaso finally able to fight out of the corner. There's a knee strike. And Tommaso Ciampa, just like that, able to weather the storm just a tad bit. Now gets a cheap shot there on Montez Ford. Again with the cheap shots is DIY. Oh my goodness, referee Jessica Carr might want to move out of the way. She nearly got ran over by Angelo Dawkins. As Tommaso gets Dawkins to the corner, a tag made to Gargano. Now here comes DIY with a drop toe hold by Ciampa, followed up by the elbow by Gargano. And right now, Johnny Gargano is in control of the match. And now Tommaso just pulling down Angelo Dawkins off the apron. And now Tommaso going to town on Angelo Dawkins on the outside. This is ridiculous. And I mean, it's not illegal, so I can't get too mad at it. But at the end of the day, something's got to be done about this. Gargano eats the floor right there. And now Angelo Dawkins trying to fight back on the outside against DIY. As, oh my goodness! Well, the pounce there by Angelo just sent Tommaso Ciampa airborne. Gargano is down as well. Angelo Dawkins basically telling these two that they're too little. And Tommaso, he's been taken out. He hasn't moved ever since he hit the ground. And now, oh my goodness, spine on the pine. But it's not enough. Johnny Gargano got the shoulder up. But a great show of fight on the outside there by Angelo Dawkins as he was severely outnumbered. There's a tag to Montez Ford. What's going to happen here? It's body slam by Angelo. Halo by Montez. There's the drop kick, and now another splash by the big man down onto Gargano. And Montez Ford is fired up, but he let Gargano get the tag. In comes in Tommaso Ciampa. And now Tommaso misses the strike moved by Montez Ford. Montez Ford now starting to fight back. Tommaso, though, with the reversal. And now here comes Tommaso Ciampa with the quick strikes followed up by that big knee strike. And oh boy, Tommaso Ciampa has his target locked on, aiming for the head of, oh my goodness! Aimed for the head of Montez Ford, and he hit it with that running knee, but Angelo Dawkins not allowing this one to end just yet. And Tommaso not happy, getting into the face of Angelo as, oh my goodness! Well, you reap what you sow, that's what you get if you're DIY. All those cheap shots they took, well, you just got one for your own troubles. Float over into the DDT. Here comes Montez Ford. What's he going to do now as he picks Ciampa up to his feet? Has a hold of Tommaso Ciampa. Puts him on the ropes now. And now, oh boy, wait a minute. What is this here? Ciampa sent to the outside. Oh boy. Montez Ford over the top, flying through the air. Montez Ford has the WWE Universe behind him and Angelo Dawkins here tonight. And he said, with high risk comes high reward. Now Tommaso is sent back into the middle of the squared circle. Gargano not looking too good. Gargano just watching, and all he can do is watch right now. It's, oh, he got the cheap shot there on Montez Ford. It's, oh, wait a minute. What the hell is this now? Gargano getting into the ring when he shouldn't even. He's not the legal man. Referee Jessica Carr's got to do something about this. Unbelievable. And now Tommaso Ciampa taking down Montez. I mean, you've got to be kidding me. Like I said, DIY, cutting corners whenever they can. This is just straight up ridiculous. And now here's the tag by DIY, and oh no, Tommaso Ciampa and Johnny Gargano looking for the finishing touches, meeting in the middle. But Gargano's trying his best to take out Dawkins, so that'll at least take him off the apron. Into the cover here goes Johnny Gargano, but all that time he spent trying to take out Angelo Dawkins might have just cost DIY the tag team titles. A kick out at 2 by Montez, and Gargano is now starting to get frustrated. Oh my, there's another cheap shot by DIY. Now what's Gargano looking for here? Oh no, Johnny Gargano, one final beat on the apron. That's just sick. And now Gargano with the drop toe hold, looking for the Gargano escape, a move that has brought Johnny Gargano so many victories in the past. This could do it. Angelo's still down. Montez has nowhere to go. Gargano's got it locked in, and he's got it locked in good. Tommaso Ciampa cheering on, maybe thinking this is how they win the championship. Angelo back on the apron, trying to cheer on his good friend in Montez Ford to get out of this one. And Montez able to fight out of the grasp of the Gargano escape. Now there's the float over into the DDT once again. Now Montez takes out Ciampa off the apron, showing Gargano basically how it's done. And now what is this? Montez Ford sit out powerbomb to Gargano. Gargano is down, and he is in the drop zone. Montez Ford is going to head to the top rope and spinning midair with that frog splash. Oh my goodness, but Tommaso was able to get up to his feet in time and to break things up. And the Profits might have won the championships right there if Tommaso wasn't alive. He got taken off the apron by Montez Ford, and he thought maybe, just maybe, that was enough time for them to secure the victory, but clearly it was not, and we're still going in the Tag Team Championship Tournament Finals. Who has what it takes? Who has enough in the tank to make sure they walk out of St. Louis with tag team gold over their shoulder? Angelo Dawkins now runs by Gargano. What was that? But he still gets the spear nonetheless. The fatigue might be starting to set on these men. Angelo Dawkins running right by Gargano might be because he's fatigued. Really has no clue what he wants to do in this situation. Who is going to survive the deep waters in this one? Big headbutt by Angelo Dawkins. Now Angelo sending Johnny back to his corner. And oh, look at that. Tommaso tagging himself in. He wants a piece of Angelo Dawkins. Oh, there's a slap right there by Tommaso, but Angelo able to block the second one. And he takes out Johnny in the corner. Johnny just got flattened, and there's a spear by Angelo Dawkins. Johnny's got no clue where he is. Tommaso's in trouble after getting cut in half with the spear. Here comes Montez off the tag, looking for the exclamation point on this one. The cover on on Tommaso. You've got to be kidding me. That's broken up by Gargano again. Now Montez is going to head to the top rope. He may think that he has Tommaso Ciampa right where he wants him. Here comes Montez looking for the blockbuster, but caught into a power slam by Tommaso Ciampa. Great job by Tommaso knowing where he is. And now Ciampa's got him up for Project Ciampa. The cover on Montez, but the pin is broken up again. All these big shots hit in this matchup. Oh no. Oh no, Angelo Dawkins might be in trouble once again. He first took the one final beat on the apron. Now there goes the regular DDT. But Montez Ford coming to the aid of his brother. And Johnny Gargano, all he can do is watch. Tommaso is down. Dawkins still trying to recover, but regardless, Montez Ford has his brother's back. And now Montez, misses the halo. Tommaso just might have been a bit too far away. And now sweeps the leg, puts the shoulders on the mat. Montez Ford is in deep trouble. He gets the shoulder up at 2, however. Still trying to fight back here against Tommaso Ciampa as Montez Ford. There's a nice enziguri. Tommaso's down. He does get the tag, however, to Johnny Gargano. Montez get the tag to Angelo Dawkins. Johnny running at Dawkins, gets a punch off. And now tries to throw Dawkins to no avail. Reversal by Angelo Dawkins. Dawkins trying to take a breath here. I mean, like I said, all these men probably starting to fatigue. Oh my goodness, just dumps Johnny Gargano to the outside. And I guess this is a moment that Angelo can possibly take a little bit of a breather. Yes, now Johnny Gargano is getting double teamed. Oh, wait a minute, Tommaso Ciampa's had enough. He's coming all the way over there to help his good friend. Takes down Angelo Dawkins, and referee Jessica Carr might be losing control of this one. Oh my God. Jessica Carr's got to get control back of this contest here. But regardless, DIY back in control. As now Gargano with the roll through into the super kick. Cover on Angelo Dawkins to win the tag team titles. And it's still not enough. We got another kick out, and Gargano is furious. Well, what do you do if you're DIY? You've tried everything, but the Street Profits are still fighting. And so, wait a minute, look at this. Look at this. This is exactly what we saw DIY doing this past Friday. Thank God Jessica Carr saw it. This is exactly what DIY was doing Friday, exposing the turnbuckle padding and using that exposed turnbuckle to their advantage. Good thing Jessica Carr saw it immediately and is putting a nail in DIY's plans. Now look at it. They did this exactly as well. When the referee saw that one turnbuckle padding was gone, look at this. Jessica Carr's all over it, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, wait a minute. But now she's distracted. Gargano taking off the other turnbuckle. No, wait a minute here. Jessica, you've got to turn around. Oh, my goodness. Montez sent into the turnbuckle. This is exactly what went down on Friday. And now Jessica looking to take out the other one. No, Gargano. Not like this. Angelo Dawkins pleading with referee Jessica Carr to turn around. Montez has no idea where he is. And now Gargano with Montez on his shoulder. Oh my goodness. Face first off the turnbuckle. And now Gargano once again, one final beat on the apron. Not like this. Not like this. Montez has no clue where he is. Jessica Carr finally realizes that the turnbuckle's gone again, but it won't matter at this point. DIY meeting in the middle once again. Montez hasn't moved ever since he went face first off the exposed turnbuckle. Ciampa has the cover after a meet in the middle. You've gotta be kidding me. DIY steals it again, but this time they're walking out with tag team titles. Just makes me sick. DIY saw that the matchup wasn't going their way, just like this past Friday when they faced Fraxium, and they had to resort to cheating. They had to resort to using the exposed turnbuckle padding, and at the end of the day, their plan worked once again, although it had some hiccups. I'm just sick to my stomach, ladies and gentlemen. Oh my God.
Here are your winners, in the new WWE Tag Team Champions,
I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen, but we've got to take another look at how this matchup ended. I mean, look at this. Johnny Gargano taking off that turnbuckle padding, immediately throwing Montez into the turnbuckle. This is exactly how they planned it out. This is exactly what DIY did this past Friday, and it seems like they had the plan, the backup plan of pulling it out once again. I'm just sick to my stomach. And these are the guys we're going to be calling our tag team champions. And you know what the thing is? They couldn't give a damn at all. They're doing what they have to do in their eyes to become tag team champions. And I gotta still give credit where credit is due. It was a phenomenal match. And at the end of the day, DIY, Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa are walking out of here with the tag team gold. Well, the action continues here tonight, ladies and gentlemen, as coming up next, another chapter in this storied rivalry is made. Ilja Dragunov and Carmelo Hayes will go 1v1 once again, but this time, one of them is walking out with the red, white, blue, and gold. And here comes the man that booked his spot here tonight this past Friday. Moments ago, I mentioned that this is pretty much a storied rivalry between Carmelo Hayes and Ilja Dragunov, and it indeed is that. These two, this rivalry goes back to their NXT days when they were fighting over the NXT Championship. And ever since these two moved to SmackDown, they would face each other a couple of more times, and both of these men hold a handful of victories over one another. And this is just going to be another fantastic addition to this rivalry. Another chapter is to be written here tonight in the saga that is Carmelo Hayes and Ilja Dragunov. The Mad Dragon is ready for battle here tonight against one of his greatest adversaries. These two push each other to the limit like nobody has ever done before. And tonight, I expect it to be no different as Carmelo Hayes and Ilja Dragunov once again paint the picture for the red, white, blue, and gold. This music, an all too familiar symphony for Carmelo Hayes. You can see the face of Ilja Dragunov. He is ready to go. Of course, Ilja winning his triple threat eliminator matchup against Trick Williams and Damian Priest. Carmelo Hayes this past Friday winning his eliminator contest against Aleister Black and Austin Theory, and it led these two to tonight. We are going to see exactly who is the better man between the two and who is walking out with the United States Championship. What a great night it's been so far here at Backlash, and it is only going to get better. And I believe this matchup could be a contender for match of the night. If you've seen these two past battles, if you've seen these two past wars, you know that this one is surely to be a barn burner. The pride of SmackDown is on display for the United States Championship. The best that we have to offer for the red, white, blue, and gold. Referee Rob Zapata will be the official for this contest, as Carmelo Hayes and Ilja Dragunov get set to do war in the middle of the Enterprise Center. Matchup is officially underway with the bell being rang. Carmelo Hayes extending the hand to Ilja Dragunov, and he will oblige. Great sportsmanship between these two rivals, these two good friends. We said these two push each other like no other. We are going to see that here tonight as this matchup gets underway with a collar and elbow tie-up. You can see Ilja Dragunov getting the upper hand here on Carmelo Hayes to start the evening for these two. Has that wrist lock pretty good, but Carmelo Hayes able to transition into a wrist lock of his own. What's going to happen here? Carmelo Hayes transitioning into the headlock. A good start here for these two. The feeling out process, even though they know each other very, very well, there may be some new tricks up one sleeve that one does not know about. What's going to happen here as oh my goodness, Ilja Dragunov able to get that gut check right there to make sure Melo doesn't get an immediate, switch of things, but Melo switching the momentum into the hammerlock. What do you do now if you're Ilja Dragunov and Carmelo Hayes? As now, Melo sweeping the leg right there, getting the best of Ilja Dragunov. Now shoots him to the ropes, does the drop down, and now here comes Carmelo Hayes, swinging neck breaker. And out of the gate, it seems like Carmelo Hayes is the one with the advantage in this contest. Now here comes Melo. What's he looking to do now? Ilja to the corner. Big strike there by Melo. Ilja reverses into a strike of his own. And running clothesline by Ilja Dragunov, taking down Carmelo Hayes, followed by the senton to the back. Here comes the Mad Dragon. Of course, a former United States champion in his own right, along with Carmelo Hayes. As Ilja Dragunov, he was defeated by Carmelo Hayes, so Melo could win his first U.S. title. Like we said, this rivalry is pretty storied. Ilja Dragunov would win the NXT championship from Carmelo Hayes. Melo would win his first United States championship from Ilja Dragunov. And now here we are tonight in the middle of the Enterprise Center in St. Louis, Missouri to see who is walking out with the United States championship. Got a kick out there by Melo, but Ilja Dragunov, he is not going to let up. I don't even think he knows the definition of that term. And now Ilja has a hold of Melo, looking to use the ring to his advantage, looking to weaken down Melo by any means necessary. Big chop there by Ilja Dragunov, but Melo sends him to the outside. Ilja Dragunov over the top rope and to the outside, getting to his feet. Here comes Carmelo Hayes flying through the air, taking down the Mad Dragon. And now what is he doing on top of the barricade? Carmelo Hayes looking to pull out all the stops to win this championship as he takes him down with the blockbuster. A great start to this contest as Carmelo Hayes gets him into the ring, gets him to the cover now. And Ilja Dragunov, the shoulders are down. He's got to get up here. There's a count of two, and Melo thought he had the match won. I mean, it was a deep 2 count. Big chop there by Melo, followed up by another one. Carmelo Hayes just piling on the offense here. Into the corner now goes Ilja Dragunov, now to the top rope. That's where Melo puts him, but Ilja not going to allow Melo to do pretty much anything else. There's a running clothesline. He winded that one up pretty good as well. Now to the second rope goes Ilja Dragunov. Melo gets back to his feet. Here comes Ilja now with a flying cross body from the second rope, and Ilja Dragunov is in control. The WWE Universe seemed to be about 50-50 in this contest. Both would be very, very good champions, I do say so myself. I would not mind either Carmelo Hayes or Ilja Dragunov walking out with the belt, but the only problem is we can't have them both as the United States champion. Only one of them can walk out with the red, white, blue, and gold tonight. Right now, it looks like it might be Ilja Dragunov as he is just taking control of this matchup here tonight. Melo is in deep trouble here as Ilja is calling Melo up to his feet. What is the game plan for Ilja Dragunov off the apron with a clothesline? WWE Universe on their feet for Ilja. Hayes in deep trouble. He's got to find a way to get himself back into this contest. It's been pretty much all Ilja for the past few moments. As, oh my goodness, off the apron goes the face of Melo. And now Ilja Dragunov has Hayes, sends him back into the middle of the squared circle. Ilja taking as much time as he can to figure out his next move. Now has a hold of Carmelo Hayes and possibly looking for a suplex here, and he's got it. Big suplex onto Carmelo Hayes. Melo is down. Now Ilja was possibly planning something here, but Melo got back to his feet way too quickly, but there's an STO by Ilja Dragunov. Hayes in the drop zone. Ilja to the top rope. Oh my goodness, a big senton down on the Carmelo Hayes. Falling into the cover. Melo's in huge trouble here. There's a count of 2 by Rob Zapata, and there's a kick out by Melo. Still a lot of fight left in him. Try to go for the chops with Ilja, but Melo would not allow it. Now here come the strikes from Melo. He follows up with some chops of his own. Big chops here by Carmelo Hayes, and there's the big knee strike. Carmelo Hayes starting to fire himself up here, starting to get himself back into the contest. And now Melo, oh my goodness, springboard drop kick. Both men are down. Melo, the first one to get back to his feet, and he is feeling it. Calling for Ilja Dragunov to get back up now. Here comes Carmelo Hayes, face first goes Ilja Dragunov. Shoots him over into the cover, goes Carmelo Hayes, but it's not enough to become the United States champion. Carmelo Hayes is looking for the gold with his gold attire here tonight with that gold chain around his neck. He will do anything to get the gold around his waist. And now Melo trying to get a hold of Ilja. Ilja, though, able to kick him off. As now, oh my goodness, what a backhand by Ilja Dragunov. Probably just knocked a tooth out or something from Carmelo Hayes. That was a very vicious backhand. And now Melo off the ropes into the German suplex with the bridge. Goes Ilja Dragunov. And Carmelo Hayes, oh my goodness, nearly did not get that shoulder up. Melo is down. Ilja is in control. Now he's in the corner calling for the energy from the WWE Universe. Here we go. Melo moves out of the way. Like we said, these men know each other very well. First 48. First 48 by Melo out of nowhere. And yet somehow it's still not enough to win the championship. Well, now what do you do if you're Carmelo Hayes? You got to stay on Ilja Dragunov. You cannot allow any time for some rest and relaxation. You got to put it into this one right now while you still have the opportunity. But just like that, Ilja Dragunov might have just gotten back the control in this contest. Off the ropes goes Melo. Ilja Dragunov with the clothesline. Melo is down. Ilja has him right. Wait a minute. Ilja Dragunov with the H-bomb. Didn't get the full effect of it. He didn't run into it, but regardless, it's still very effective. The cover on Carmelo Hayes to win this one right here and now. Melo got the shoulder up just barely. That was a close 2 count. That almost was a 3 if Melo probably waited a half second. And now Ilja Dragunov putting Hayes on the top rope. We saw Melo try to do this earlier to no avail, but it seems like Ilja Dragunov has Carmelo Hayes right where he wants him, over the shoulder and throwing him across the ring. Melo is down, having to crawl and try to use the ropes to get himself back up. And now Ilja Dragunov is in the corner, calling for Carmelo Hayes to get to his feet. Ilja oh my goodness! He tried for that running clothesline, but Melo caught him with an uppercut. Very perfectly timed uppercut by Carmelo Hayes. And now he has Ilja on the top rope. What is Carmelo Hayes looking to do now? Ilja Dragunov is in deep trouble. Melo looking for the superplex, and he got it. These men going back and forth. Melo to the top rope. Can he make this jump? He will with the big elbow drop, drilling the heart of the Mad Dragon. And it's still not enough. The Mad Dragon is still breathing some fire. What does Carmelo Hayes do? He always says Melo doesn't miss. Well, he's going to have to make sure he hits the biggest shot of his life here tonight if he wants to defeat Ilja Dragunov. Ilja is back in control after another backhand, though, sends Melo to the outside. And now Ilja Dragunov heading to the top rope. What is he possibly looking for here? Another senton. Another senton by Ilja Dragunov down onto Carmelo Hayes. Now sending Melo back into the squared circle. And now Ilja, oh wait a minute, Ilja possibly looking for the finishing touches here. He tried this earlier. Melo was able to move out of the way. This time though, he hits Melo with that Torpedo Moscow. And yet, after everything that he's been through, Melo still gets the shoulder up. When I said these two push each other to the limit, I was not lying. They will do anything it takes to make sure that they get the best out of each other, and that's exactly what they're getting here tonight. And oh no, Ilja Dragunov looking for the finishing touch. H-bomb, and this time he got the whole wind up with the running. Cover by Ilja Dragunov to walk out of St. Louis with the United States Championship, but him is still alive. Oh my goodness. Even with the run-up, it still wasn't enough to put away Carmelo Hayes for Ilja Dragunov. Melo going to the top rope, possibly looking to hit the biggest shot of his life right here. Oh my goodness, he overshot it. He overshot Ilja Dragunov. And Ilja going to take advantage here. This is the pinfall that helped him secure the win against Damian Priest and Trick Williams to get here. There's a kick out by Melo. Melo not falling for that one. Oh, there's that big pump kick. Boot straight to the face of Ilja Dragunov. And now, oh my goodness, that one took him down with some force. Melo gonna head to the top rope here, and Ilja might be a little bit too far away from Melo. He decided that he's gonna go to the other corner. This one a little bit closer to Ilja Dragunov, and now Carmelo Hayes hits nothing but net. Floating over into the cover to walk out with the United States gold, and it's still not enough to put away the Dragon. I mean, at this point, I don't know what you do if you're Carmelo Hayes. And now these two men face to face, they know exactly what they need to do. They need to bring out all sorts of energy from each other. Give each other every last bit of fight that you got left in your system. This is for the United States Championship, and unfortunately, only one of these men is going to be able to walk out with it. What is going to happen here as both of these men continue to go back and forth? We've got a hockey fight in the middle of the ring. Who is going to get the upper hand in this one? And now Carmelo Hayes with the roll through into the schoolboy, but unfortunately, he has the hands underneath the ropes, did Ilja Dragunov. And now Carmelo Hayes, face first, goes Ilja. Carmelo Hayes seems to have the advantage here. Melo first, 48. Falling into the cover, the shoulders are down. There's nothing left in the Mad Dragon. And And Carmelo Hayes ends this chapter of the Dragunov Hayes saga, walking out with the United States Championship. What a matchup. These two did everything they could to each other. But at the end of the day, only one of them had enough left in the tank. And that, ladies and gentlemen, was the man that goes by only one pronoun. And that is him. Huge victory tonight for Carmelo Hayes, securing the WWE United States Championship once again. Wait a minute here. Well, Ilja took the championship away from Carmelo Hayes because he wanted to present it to him himself. As you can see, that knowing stare from Carmelo Hayes and Ilja Dragunov. They know that this will not be the last time that they meet each other in the middle of the squared circle and they shake on it. The show of respect between these two great friends and even greater rivals. Ilja Dragunov will be back one day for that United States Championship. But as of right now, he has been bested tonight by Carmelo Hayes, and the him era has begun once again. Well, ladies and gentlemen, this St. Louis, Missouri crowd has been electric all night. It has been a phenomenal night here at Backlash, and we cannot thank you enough for the love and support that has been shown from the WWE Universe. But we are not finished here tonight, ladies and gentlemen, because coming up next, the WWE Women's Championship is on the line as Liv Morgan of the Judgment Day takes on one of her greatest rivals and one of the few individuals that has basically stood up to the Judgment Day from the SmackDown locker room, that being the EST of WWE, Bianca Belair. These two former friends, former sisters, at least Bianca considered Liv Morgan a sister, and now they are bitter rivals fighting for the top prize. Liv Morgan called this woman right here, Bianca Belair, jealous of her. Jealous because she took the spotlight from Bianca and she took her place as the WWE Universe's chosen one. Bianca Belair will respond, saying the one that truly sounds jealous is Liv Morgan, saying that Liv Morgan was probably jealous that Bianca had success way long before her, that she was winning championships way long before her, main eventing WrestleMania, having all the media appearances that Liv Morgan had always dreamed of. Well, now these two can finally settle their differences. You know, unfortunately for the Judgment Day, they already lost out on the Undisputed WWE Championship with Finn Balor unable to get the job done earlier tonight. But there still may be hope for the Judgment Day. There still may be hope to bring at least one championship to the Judgment Day clubhouse after tonight. And that is what Liv Morgan is looking to do right here, right now. Of course, we mentioned moments ago the words that Liv Morgan spoke about Bianca Belair and Bianca Belair's retort. There's a lot of bad blood between these two women, and it is going to be settled right here, right now for the WWE Women's title. Of course, Bianca Belair used to consider Liv Morgan a sister. Used to consider her a very, very good best friend, but over the last few years, she has said that the Liv Morgan she knew a long time ago has clearly disappeared. So look at this, Liv Morgan extending the olive branch to Bianca Belair. Bianca not sure what to think about this. She's going to oblige, and oh my goodness! Well, we should have known there should have been some type of play here from Liv Morgan. And Liv Morgan out of the gate getting the early start against Bianca Belair, and you can see she is damn proud of it. But oh my goodness, Bianca Belair is not going to allow that to stand. She's not going to allow Liv Morgan to try to embarrass her early on in this contest. Well, I mean, I guess the plan worked a little bit for Bianca Belair. There's a big splash. Excuse me, the plan worked earlier for Liv Morgan with the extended olive branch and then just punching Bianca in the face. But Bianca clearly wasn't going to let that go unpunished. And now, just like that, Liv Morgan is in deep trouble as now the standing moonsault by Bianca Belair connects. Well, Liv, you made your bed, now you gotta lay in it. Now Liv Morgan is put in the corner. And now what's Bianca Belair gonna do? Just stomp in the mud hole into Liv Morgan, just driving the foot into Liv Morgan, taking out all her frustration on her former friend. Of course, there's been just a war between the Judgment Day and the SmackDown locker room. The main women involved in this fight against the Judgment Day being Bianca Belair, Lyra Valkyria, and Bayley. And of course, on the boys' side being Cody Rhodes, Randy Orton, Sami Zayn. I guess you can include Drew McIntyre if you wanted to. But regardless, this is about the ladies of the SmackDown women's locker room here tonight. And Liv Morgan and Bianca Belair, the front runners for both of their sides, are looking to settle it here tonight. And one of them is going to walk out with the women's championship. Of course, if Liv Morgan walks out with the women's championship, that just adds on more power to the Judgment Day. Of course, you already know they want all the gold. They want to run Friday Night SmackDown, and they believe the only way they can do that is if they hold all the gold. Liv Morgan seemed to get the upper hand on Bianca Belair as she went to go get her on the outside, and now here's Liv Morgan sending Bianca back into the barricade. And just like that, Liv Morgan is in control of the contest. Now here goes Liv Morgan sending Bianca back into the middle of the squared circle. Liv now, what's she planning to do? There's a nice clothesline there by Liv. You can see here Liv Morgan very proud of herself. Of course, wearing that shirt right there with Dirty Dom on, of course, that being her boyfriend. Dirty Dom not in the building. If he was, we probably would have saw him in our opening contest for the Undisputed WWE Championship. So it does seem like both Finn and Liv Morgan are going it alone here tonight. Gonna see how that plays out for Liv Morgan. She has a cover, could have won the championship right there maybe, but Bianca got the shoulder up at 2. Liv Morgan eyeing Bianca Belair, seeing what she wants to do next. Sending Bianca into the corner. There's a kick to the gut there by Liv, and now another one for Bianca. Now this time Liv gonna send Bianca to the other corner now, and this time running in to attack her, rolling away, and oh my goodness, there's a drop kick. Great job there, piling on the offense by Liv. She's gonna head to the top rope, does Liv Morgan, and there's a nice senton there off the top rope. Very formidable offense from Liv Morgan. That is why she's one of the best that this company has to offer today. But regardless, it's a kick out by Bianca. Not enough for Morgan to secure the championship. Face first goes Bianca Belair. As now Liv Morgan is starting to slow this one down. She is in full control. Bianca hasn't really fought back for a while in this one. You can see the confidence oozing off of Liv Morgan. The last few years, Liv Morgan has really come into her own, ladies and gentlemen. This is the final product, I believe, of Liv Morgan. The best version we are ever going to see of this young lady. But Bianca Belair now starting to fight back against Liv, followed up with a running leg drop. And now what's Bianca planning to do here? Has Liv right where she wants her, but Liv able to fight off Bianca. Now starting to get her out of there. And now there's a crucifix there. Into the cover. She has the shoulders down. She's going to keep the shoulders down, but a kick out. Now Liv Morgan starting to slow it down yet again. Saw Bianca trying to turn up the pace a little bit, but she's saying, nah, we're going to go as fast as I want to go to. And now Bianca, as you can see here, Liv Morgan using the rope to leverage here on Bianca Belair. I gotta say, it's not illegal. It kind of is, but the referee decided to let it go. Liv Morgan just using the opening she has been given in this contest. Now what's she planning to do here? There's a big stomp to Bianca Belair. Another one by Liv Morgan. And now Liv has Bianca up and she's going to pull her out of the corner. Now Liv's going to head to the second rope. What is she planning here? Calling Bianca up to her feet is Liv Morgan. Here comes Liv with a nice drop kick. Shotgun drop kick off the second rope. Is it enough to walk out of St. Louis with the title? No, it's not. Bianca got the shoulder up, but that was a little bit more of a weaker kick out. And that might not be a good sign. Well, it's going to be a good sign to Liv Morgan at the least, because that shows her that she's starting to wear down Bianca Belair. But if we know Bianca Belair, she's going to keep going until she can't breathe anymore. Submission locked in here by Liv Morgan, though, a tight one at that. Bianca Belair is in deep trouble. What's going to happen here? Will Bianca be able to fight out of this one? She's starting to fight out of the grasp, and she eventually gets out of there. And now Bianca sends Liv on her way, and now big spine buster, down goes Liv Morgan. Bianca Belair starting to fight back now. Now sends Liv to the corner. Now the back elbow in the corner. Bianca Belair starting to fire herself up, and the WWE Universe is starting to get on their feet. They do not want the Judgment Day walking out with any type of gold here tonight. Judgment Day is already 0 of 1. Can they go 0 of 2? That is what Bianca Belair is planning to do right here, right now. Goes under. Oh, wait a minute. Has Liv Morgan where she wants her and drops her face first. Shooting her over into the cover. The shoulders are down. Referee, perfect position to see the shoulders, but it's a kick out by Liv Morgan. Not enough to secure the championship yet for Bianca Belair. And now Bianca going to send Liv Morgan over the top rope. Now, wait a minute. Well, we saw Bianca showcase this off against Raquel Rodriguez 2 weeks ago. Liv Morgan, you're in trouble. Look at the strength of Bianca Belair with the suplex into the ring as she stood on the second rope. Now to the top rope now goes Bianca. There's a big splash down onto Liv Morgan. The Lady of the Judgment Day is in trouble. Bianca has the shoulders down. The leg is hooked, but Liv Morgan still has enough wherewithal to get the shoulder up. Bianca Belair, though, still right on the attack. Not going to allow Liv Morgan to recoup and regain her consciousness and to be where she is. Calling Liv Morgan up to her feet. Bianca, double axe handle off the apron. Bianca Belair has regained control. She has fought her way back into this contest. Can she finish it and walk out of here with the women's title? Liv Morgan is down, trying to regain her bearings, and she does. Getting Bianca Belair away from her. And now, oh my goodness, 201 face buster by Liv Morgan. Cover here by Liv Morgan to win the championship off of the 201 face buster, but it's not enough, and Liv Morgan now starting to get furious. I mean, that's one of our rookie referees put in a very high stress situation here tonight with the championship being on the line. I think she's done a pretty good job here tonight. I don't know what exactly Liv Morgan was so mad about. That was a 2 count. And there's another running drop kick there by Liv. What's Liv planning to do now? Gets Bianca up to her feet. Now she's going to put her on the ropes. Once again, going to use the ropes to her advantage to leverage Bianca Belair to deal a little bit more damage to the EST. You can see Liv Morgan. She knows she's in control, and she knows she does not have to panic. She can take as long as she wants, but at the end of the day, she still has to make sure she doesn't give Bianca Belair enough time to regroup, and that's exactly what just happened. You know, you can see the look on Liv Morgan's face. She is not too excited about what's about to happen next. There's a backbreaker, but Bianca not letting go, still has her. There's another one. Bianca Belair now back to the top rope. What's she going to plan here? Going through her decision. There's an elbow drop now to Liv Morgan. Was going through her repertoire of what she could have done off the top rope. Decided to go with the elbow drop, but it's not enough. Liv Morgan powering the shoulder up at 2. Of course, you got to think at some point Bianca Belair is going to look to set up for that KOD, and Liv Morgan is going to look to set up for the Oblivion. Oh my goodness. Bianca Belair sent to the outside. Liv Morgan finally get a chance to regroup, to separate herself away from Bianca. Bianca gets to her feet. Here comes Liv Morgan with a suicide dive. Flying and sending Bianca right down in front of our announce table. Now Liv Morgan sends Bianca face first off the apron. They're going to send Bianca back into the middle of the ring. Liv Morgan, she's going to go to the top rope here. Bianca pretty far. Liv Morgan, oh my goodness, she made the jump. She made the jump to the senton to the back of Bianca Belair. Back to the top rope. Another senton by Liv Morgan. Throwing caution to the wind is Liv Morgan. And now another 201 face buster for Bianca Belair. Into the cover in the middle of the ring. There is nowhere for Bianca to go. The Judgment Day will secure a championship. No, they won't. And now you can see Liv Morgan. She's absolutely fierce. And now getting into the face of our rookie official. Like, come on, Liv. You don't got to do that. Well, here's Bianca Belair. Liv Morgan taking her eye off the ball for like 2 seconds, arguing with our rookie official, and that gave Bianca Belair enough time to get her wherewithal, and now face first off the top turnbuckle goes Liv. Liv kind of did that to herself, arguing with the official. Bianca now to the top rope. Once again, figuring out what she can do here. She's going to call Liv Morgan up this time. What's she planning? Bianca's going to this top rope a lot, maybe using anything to her advantage. There's a crossbody by the EST. WWE Universe fully behind Bianca Belair tonight. Bianca was possibly looking for the KOD, not going. Liv Morgan fighting out. And now Liv possibly looking for the Oblivion, not going either. Oh my goodness, a big forearm. Down goes Liv Morgan as she crumbled to the floor. And now Bianca sending Liv to the corner. Putting her on the top rope. What is she looking to do? Oh my God. To the second rope with a Spanish fly. Immediately hopping up to that second rope was Bianca Belair. Going back to the second rope now. Bianca double axe handle off the second rope. Liv Morgan is down, and Bianca believes she might have done it. Into the cover to win the WWE Women's title. Not just yet. There's still a lot of fight left in Liv Morgan. And now Bianca Belair sending Liv back to the outside. And once again, Bianca Belair going to the top rope. What is going to transpire? Another elbow drop, this time to the outside. Bianca Belair is in control. She's up on the apron now. She is waiting for Liv Morgan to get back to her feet. She is planning something here. Bianca running off the apron with that forearm. She's going to get back into the ring, and she's going to break the count, looking to deal a lot more damage on the outside as the EST. She's got Liv Morgan right where she wants her. Back to the top rope goes Bianca. Oh, never mind. Decides against it. This time going to try to allow Liv Morgan to get back into the middle of the squared circle. Oh no, but Liv Morgan, she suckered her in. Using the ropes to her advantage, and you can see how proud of herself she is. Back in the ring now goes Liv Morgan. Into the corner goes Bianca Belair. Now to the top rope. And now Liv Morgan has Bianca right where she wants her. Possibly looking for a superplex is Liv, and she got it. Superplex by Liv Morgan. Morgan now gonna send Bianca to the other corner. It's a kick to the gut there by Liv. Gonna put her on the top rope again. What's she planning here? Liv Morgan on this. She possibly looking for a second superplex here onto Bianca Belair. This could deal vital damage, and indeed she will, and she got it. And now smart by Bianca Belair, able to roll away onto the ropes. And now, oh my goodness, Liv Morgan taken down to the outside. And once again, Bianca to the top rope. She's been looking to fly a lot in this contest, decides against it that time again. I mean, I guess this has been a solid strategy for Bianca here tonight. I mean, she's still in the fight, so I guess I can't get too mad at her. Now just carrying around Liv Morgan like she's nothing. And now, oh, big body slam onto the floor. Wait a minute here. Bianca Belair, is she possibly planning for a KOD on the outside? A kiss of death for Olivia Morgan. A kiss of death for Liv Morgan and a kiss of death to the friendship that they used to have. And now Liv sent back into the ring, the WWE Universe loving this from Bianca Belair. What the hell? What the hell is this? That's Jade Cargill. Why is she here? A rookie referee checking on Liv Morgan in the middle of the ring. Meanwhile, Jade Cargill. Well, we know the history between Jade and Bianca Belair. Former tag team partners, former tag team champions, former friends. But why is Jade Cargill here and now doing this to Bianca Belair? We haven't seen Jade Cargill all month, and now she decides to show her face in a matchup with the highest of stakes that has nothing to do with her attacking Bianca Belair. Bianca sent into the ring, gets back up to an oblivion. Unbelievable. And Liv Morgan's not done. Bianca set on the ropes in the ultimate oblivion. And possibly the ultimate sentence for Bianca Belair. Liv Morgan has brought the WWE Women's Championship to the Judgment Day. But I just don't understand why. Why was Jade Cargill here? Why make your presence known in this big time matchup? And why screw Bianca Belair out of the WWE Women's title? So many questions. But at the end of the day, there's one definitive fact, and that is that Liv is on top.
Here is your winner, and the new WWE Women's Champion, Liv Morgan.
There is your women's champion. There is the top dog in the Friday Night SmackDown Women's Division. That division now runs through Liv Morgan and the Judgment Day. She doesn't care how it got done. She's walking out of here with the championship, and the Judgment Day get one step closer to overall dominance. Coming up in mere moments here in the Enterprise Center, live in St. Louis, Missouri, it is the fatal four-way matchup to decide who will walk out as the Intercontinental Champion. All four of these men had to qualify to be here tonight, and now only one of them is going to be able to walk out with one of the most prestigious prizes in the WWE. The first man to make his name known in this matchup here tonight, the man that defeated Ludwig Kaiser to get to St. Louis, is none other than the visionary, the revolutionary, Seth freaking Rollins. as you listen to the WWE Universe sing his song, and Rollins is ready to go all out here tonight. Listen to this place. They're on their feet singing the song for Seth freaking Rollins. This, ladies and gentlemen, is what we call superstardom. And it's brought Rollins here tonight to attempt to capture the Intercontinental Championship. But now here comes a big man that Seth Rollins knows all too well.
And his opponents, first representing the Vision from Black Forest, South Australia, weighing in at 330 pounds, Big Bronson Reed.
Of course, Bronson Reed, one half of the Vision alongside Braun Breaker. Braun Breaker not in the building tonight. Neither is the Oracle Paul Heyman. So Bronson Reed is going it alone in this fatal four-way contest. Of course, Seth Rollins was the man that recruited Bronson Reed to be a part of the Vision. The Vision was originally belonging to Seth Rollins. So I guess you could say this is the monster that Seth Rollins helped create. And that said monster is looking to bring the Intercontinental Championship back to Heyman and Breaker. And here comes a man who is also looking to bring a championship back to his family, for his family legacy. We saw his older brothers, the Usos, unsuccessful at capturing the World Tag Team titles earlier tonight. And while he may not be affiliated with them right now, it's put him in some mood. We saw Solo Sikoa's family, MFT, dismantle the Intercontinental Championship scene this past Monday on Raw. There was a tag team match with Seth Rollins teaming with the young OG Javon Evans to take on the Vision's Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed. And while the matchup started to seem like it was getting to the climax, you would see the arrival of MFT, and they would just dismantle and destroy every single person in the middle of that ring. Solo Sikoa would then grab the mic, basically saying, if you think that can't happen to you, basically a message to the rest of the Raw locker room, they don't know what's coming. He declared that he was going to walk into St. Louis here tonight, walk out with the Intercontinental Championship, and then, and only then, will MFT start to feast. This is step one of the big plan, the big vision, you could say, that Solo Sikoa has for his family. And we are going to see if the leader of MFT is able to make his words come true here tonight. But we cannot forget the final piece of the equation. We have 3/4 of the matchup here, and the final piece, the final fraction is in the building, ready to go for the biggest opportunity of his career. The young OG is taking it in, and he is ready to put the fist up here tonight in St. Louis. Of course, ladies and gentlemen, Javon Evans, the first man to qualify for this entire ordeal, defeating Chad Gable on the season premiere of Monday Night Raw in Columbia, South Carolina. And now he is the last man to enter the matchup. And you got to think the confidence has to be oozing off the young OG. So young in his career, at such a young age, already fighting for one of the most prestigious prizes that we have in the business. A lot of people believe that that kid is the future, along with Seth Rollins. He also believes that that kid has a very bright future. And we're going to see which one of these four men here tonight is able to walk out with the gold around their waist. Here we go. The matchup's underway. The bell has been rung. And out of the gate, you see Javon Evans going after Bronson Reed. Of course, as of late, he has developed a little bit of an issue with the Vision after the way they took out Jacob Fatu. Of course, we have not seen Jacob Fatu. He's going to be out for a little bit longer. But Javon Evans has decided to step up and basically take on the Vision. Of course, as we know, he challenged Bronson Reed to a one-on-one contest, and that eventually got thrown out the window because Braun Breaker decided he wanted to get involved. Of course, that was when that man right there, Seth Rollins, who now has a hold of Bronson Reed, that is when this man would go out there and save Javon Evans from literal disaster. You see here, the action is starting off pretty wild in this one as well. It's going to be hard to follow the action in this one, just like our other Fatal 4-Way matchup that kicked off the show for the WWE Championship. Four of Raw's finest battling it out for the Intercontinental Championship. A title that has been named the Working Man's title. Oh my goodness! Well, Poison Rana by Javon Evans. That is just the type of athleticism that this kid possesses. So much potential, and if he can put it all together, he could become the future main star of the business, the face of the business, if you will. But he is in there with a future Hall of Famer, a first ballot Hall of Famer. Hell, you could even say he could be a two-time Hall of Famer because the Shield might go in there as well. Seth freaking Rollins, the architect, the visionary. As he falls into the cover after the second rope, Phoenix splash on Javon. There's a kick out at 2 by the young OG. Bronson Reed in almost immediately along with Solo Sikoa to take out Seth Rollins. And oh my goodness, double backbreaker to the visionary. Of course, that partnership didn't last very long as all these men in this ring have beef with each other. Of course, Solo Sikoa and his MFT took everybody out. Bronson Reed, we already know his history with Seth Rollins and Javon Evans. And Seth and Javon, although they don't have much history with each other, there was a little bit of bad blood starting to brew when Javon Evans decided to question Seth Rollins on why he did not help the Second City Saint CM Punk in his issue with Gunther, when really, if you all remember on the season premiere of Raw as well, Seth Rollins, a lot of people say the only reason he's here tonight, the only reason he was able to defeat Ludwig Kaiser is because that CM Punk took out Gunther, who was trying to get back out there and screw Rollins. Rollins took a little bit of offense to Javon's question, basically saying there was no reason for Seth Rollins to help, and I quote, that narcissist CM Punk. But he cannot focus on CM Punk right now. He has to focus on the three men in this ring with him tonight, fighting for the Intercontinental Championship. And right now, Rollins has a clothesline to Bronson Reed. And now Solo Sikoa with a spinning solo out of nowhere to Seth freaking Rollins. And he tries to fall into the cover, but Javon Evans and Bronson Reed are there to break it up. And here comes Javon. What's he looking to do right here? And now Javon has a hold of Bronson Reed off the ropes into the head scissors takedown. Great job by oh, wait a minute. Solo possibly looking for a Samoan spike. Javon Evans not going for it. And now Javon starting to fight off these two big men. And now Javon here. Oh, my goodness. He's looking to get Bronson Reed in the pin, and he does it. Has the big man down here. Oh, there's a 2. Bronson Reed reverses it, but Solo's right there with the boot. Now Solo going after Javon Evans, trying to slow down the young OG. Seth Rollins back to his feet now. Javon had to roll to the outside. And now here's Solo Sikoa. Look at the power. Able to pick up the big man, Bronson Reed. Is he looking for a buckle bomb? Oh, never mind. As he, face first goes Bronson Reed, and Rollins is taken off the second rope by Javon Evans. Javon Evans flying throughout the ring as we expected. Has a hold of Bronson Reed. Now Reed, though, able to fight him off. Now Javon Evans able to fight out of the grasp of Bronson Reed. And now here's Seth Rollins here. Ooh, forearm to the back of the head. And Javon, though, looking to take advantage, trying to make sure he takes advantage of anything he can here in this contest. Javon with a stunner off the second rope, springing. Into the cover now on Seth freaking Rollins, but there's broken up by Solo Sikoa yet again. Here comes Javon Evans trying to take down Solo. There's a big kick there. Might have taken a little bit out of Javon. Meanwhile, Bronson Reed has a hold of Rollins. That's a nice driver. Falling into the cover, hooking the leg of the Visionary, broken up by Evans and Sikoa. Now Solo has a hold of Bronson Reed. What's the game plan here? Big headbutt. And now there's a stunner by Javon Evans as well. Solo falls into the cover, but a quick kick out by Bronson Reed. And now Javon Evans tried to go for another stunner. Unfortunately, could not get the grip of Solo Sikoa. And Solo with a big headbutt once again. Meanwhile, Rollins taking care of big Bronson Reed. What the hell is Rollins going to do here? Look at the power of Seth freaking Rollins. Suplex into the ring. Rollins goes flying down on Javon, and Solo tried to take him out. And now Rollins with a sling blade, and Seth Rollins is fired up in St. Louis. Now trying to go after Javon. Javon able to knee him away. Javon Evans doing anything he can to keep Seth Rollins at bay, and that drop kick will certainly help. Now Javon's back in the ring. Seth Rollins is in deep trouble. Javon might be looking to fly here. The young OG, oh my goodness, he might have slipped. I believe he might have lost his footing right there or something. And Rollins now trying to get back to Javon Evans. And Javon, oh my goodness, well, he tried it anyway. Even when Solo tried to go in and get Rollins, but to no avail. And now Javon Evans gets away from Bronson Reed. Meanwhile, Seth Rollins fighting Solo. There's that discus forearm. And now Javon turning his attention right back to Seth Rollins. I mean, you want to take out the most experienced guy. You want to go after Seth Rollins. That's exactly what Javon Evans is trying to do, trying to take out the big fish. And now Javon, wait a minute here. OG Cutter! An OG Cutter by Javon Evans. While nobody else was looking, but Solo immediately realized what was going on. He heard the crowd reaction, and there's a spinning Solo for Javon's troubles. And oh no, it might not be looking good for Javon right here. Oh my goodness, he got the kendo stick. That might have been the best case scenario. He would have gotten hit with a Samoan spike otherwise. Bronson Reed tried to steal it from Solo, but meanwhile, Bronson Reed has a hold of Solo, and there's a Death Valley driver. And oh my goodness, Bronson Reed heading to the top. You know what that means. You know what it means when oh my goodness! Well, he tried to go for the tsunami, but Solo able to get the knees up. I said, we know what happens when Bronson Reed goes to the top rope, and that doesn't happen very often. Meanwhile, Seth Rollins here, pedigree to Solo Sikoa. Cover here, hooking the leg, Javon Evans, trying to figure out where exactly he is, and he does break it up eventually. Now DDT to Rollins. And now Javon Evans to the top with a springboard moonsault. Into the cover on Rollins, middle of the ring. Nowhere to be found is anybody else until Bronson Reed breaks it up at 2. Javon Evans contemplating his next move here. Oh my goodness, goes flying! Well, he was thinking about possibly continuing to beat down Rollins, decided to take out Bronson Reed, and Seth Rollins follows up with a clothesline down onto Javon. This is all for the Intercontinental Championship, a championship that everybody believes is the working man's title. You win the Intercontinental Championship, you just might be set for your career. And now Rollins, there's that, oh, never mind. The springboard knee did not connect. Probably a little bit too far away was Javon Evans. Solo Sikoa working on Seth Rollins, but Javon Evans is going to slow that down. What's Javon's game plan here? Into the corner goes Solo Sikoa. But Solo able to fight out of that corner almost immediately. What's Solo looking for here? Going after Javon, and there's a clothesline in the corner, squishing the young OG. And now Rollins misses the forearm. Solo deflects it. Here comes Solo Sikoa now with the offense. Oh my goodness, a steel chair by Bronson Reed, and Seth Rollins gets cracked over the skull. And now these two big men fighting over the carcass of Seth Rollins. Oh, wait a minute! Samoan Spike! The Samoan Spike hits flush. And Javon Evans breaks it up. Solo going for the cover again. Javon's still there, though. And Seth was getting up too anyway. Solo has to get out of the ring. He's going to go grab some weaponry. He's got another kendo stick. This is the third kendo stick introduced to this matchup. Javon tries to pick up a kendo stick of his own to no avail. Hit by Solo. Into the cover. Goes Solo Sikoa to win the championship. Kick out just barely by Javon Evans. Solo nearly walked away with the championship. Meanwhile, Rollins has Bronson Reed on his shoulders here in an electric chair. Bronson Reed able to fight out, however. And now Bronson, oh, there's a backbreaker. Bronson Reed now has the cover on Seth freaking Rollins, broken up by Solo Sikoa. Now Solo has Bronson Reed up to no avail. Javon Evans took out Rollins, keeping him down for a little bit longer. Now the elbow drop will also help. Rolls away from Bronson Reed, tries to get the drop kick, didn't get much of it. Rollins and Solo down on the outside. This is a prime opportunity for either Javon or Bronson Reed to win the championship. Javon Evans starting to fight back here against Bronson Reed, possibly looking for another OG cutter, but Bronson Reed wouldn't allow it. Throws Javon right onto that kendo stick, and that one's a little bit more broken. Oh no. Bronson going to the top rope. Javon Evans, though, not going to allow it. And now, oh my goodness! Throwing Bronson Reed to the ground. Javon Evans fighting for his life in the middle of that ring. Rolls away from Solo. Another poison Rana. The young OG is in control. Cover on Solo Sikoa. Rollins trying to get in there in time. It's a kick out. Well, Rollins couldn't get in there in time, but unfortunately for Javon Evans, Solo Sikoa still has a lot of fight left. And oh my goodness, there's a cutter by Javon. Taking down Rollins. Javon to the top rope now. Here we go. Frog splash by the young OG. Wait a minute. What is this? Javon's got a cover. Bronson Reed's got a cover. We got a kick out by Solo. He's got the cover on Rollins, and there's a breakup. Nearly had a double cover right there. And if it would have reached a 3, it would have been Bronson Reed winning the championship because he had the cover first. A lot going down in this matchup right here, right now. Try for the Samoan drop. Did Bronson Reed. Solo Sikoa not going for it. And now Solo. Oh, a Samoan spike, but there's Javon Evans with the steel chair. Rollins trying to regain his bearings. And now Javon Evans looking to steal the championship here, but Seth Rollins is in the ring to break it up. And now Rollins has Javon Evans in his sights. Here comes the visionary pedigree to the young OG. Javon is down. Bronson Reed now back into the fray, looking to take down Rollins with that Saito suplex. Solo Sikoa back in the ring as well. And now all these men doing whatever it takes to win the championship. Samoan drop by Bronson Reed. He eventually got there. And now Javon, there's the wheelbarrow stunner. Bronson Reed is down. Rollins has the steel steps. What is he going to do with those? Just throws them on top of Bronson Reed. My goodness. And now Solo, spinning Solo to Javon. But wait a minute here. He was possibly looking for the spike. Meanwhile, Rollins, stomp! Stomping Solo's head through the canvas. Seth Rollins has won the Intercontinental Championship. It just took the perfect opening, the perfect opportunity, and hell, I mean, what a better opportunistic son of a bitch. What a better opportunistic. I don't even think I said that right. Scratch that, ladies and gentlemen. What a better opportunistic son of a bitch than the visionary himself, Seth freaking Rollins. Fumbling over the words here on commentary, but who isn't fumbling is Seth freaking Rollins as he walks out Intercontinental Champion.
Here's your winner and new WWE Intercontinental Champion, Seth Rollins.
You know, I mentioned earlier that the Intercontinental Championship was named the working man's title. And right there is one of the hardest workers in the business today. He's been at this for a long time now, and he still somehow continues to get better every single year. Ladies and gentlemen, your Intercontinental Champion, Seth freaking Rollins. Well, ladies and gentlemen, the next time WWE comes to you live for a premium live event, we will be in Fort Worth, Texas, in the Dickies Arena for WWE Battleground. This will be the next premium live event. We hope to see you there as the festivities continue tonight, but the next premium live event will be Battleground in just a few short weeks. It should be a good one at the next premium live event. But for tonight, the crowd is still rocking. It has been a phenomenal night here at Backlash, and we still have one more matchup to go. Ladies and gentlemen, it is time. It is time for your main event here tonight at Backlash, live in the Enterprise Center in St. Louis, Missouri. The World Heavyweight Championship will be on the line. Both of these men are looking for one thing and one thing only. They are looking to prove that they are, in fact, the best in the world. Here comes the Ring General. One of the most dominant forces we have ever seen in the business. A former World Heavyweight Champion, and the man who looks to become the top dog here tonight at the disarray of everybody here live and everyone watching at home. This is Gunther. Gunther has came out and publicly said on Raw and wherever that he is looking to make CM Punk regret ever coming back to wrestling here tonight. He is looking to show CM Punk exactly who is the second fiddle, and that Gunther is the best that this generation has ever seen. This man, what a dominant performer he has been his entire career. And he is probably at the peak. This is probably the best we're ever going to see Gunther. And that's the scary thought, because he's just going to continue to get better and continue to get more dangerous. And if he walks out of here with that World Heavyweight Championship, there's not going to be much anybody can do about it. But Gunther may not be walking out of here with the World Heavyweight title. Not if this man has anything to say about it. The best in the world, the Second City Saint, the voice of the voiceless, has one mission and one mission only here tonight. He came out and staked claim to the World Heavyweight Championship on the season premiere of Monday Night Raw. That provoked Gunther. And now CM Punk looks to make good on his wish, true on his words, and to become the world champion. You know, there were questions, especially from the ring general Gunther, that if CM Punk was going to be 100% walking into battle tonight. Punk himself basically confirmed this past Monday night on Raw, saying, yeah, Gunther, you beat me to hell. And yeah, I might not be 100% going into Backlash, but what will not happen is Gunther sitting there and basically implying that CM Punk is scared of war. He knows he's not 100%. But he's not going to fully show it. He's going to mask it, and he's going to go out there and give it his all. That's what CM Punk does, and that is why people believe this man is the best in the world. And he is looking to walk out of here with the World Heavyweight Championship. Hell, he doesn't even have to walk out of here. He could crawl out of here for all he cares, as long as he is holding the big gold belt. That is what is on the line here tonight in our main event. The World Heavyweight Championship, the top prize on the red brand. Senior official Charles Robinson is in charge of this contest here tonight. Gunther and CM Punk, 1-on-1. Here we go. This matchup's underway. And you can see here these two getting face to face. This should be a really good contest. And here we go. We're locking it up here. CM Punk and Gunther locking it up in the middle of the ring. Who's going to get the advantage in this one? As you can see here, Gunther using the power advantage to push back CM Punk. And oh my goodness, there's a cheap shot by the ring general. And right now, Gunther seems to be in control, and that big chop right there took Punk to the ground. And here comes Gunther. And now sending Punk away. And now, oh, wait a minute, CM Punk able to catch him here. And now there's a big chop by Punk, another chop by Punk, and another one from CM Punk. There's the big kick taking down Gunther. Gunther hits the floor, and CM Punk is left standing. And now CM Punk with that step-up knee to the ring general. And right now CM Punk starting to fire on all cylinders. Gunther now back up to his feet. Misses the double axe handle, does Punk, because Gunther was able to move out of the way just in time. And now Gunther just throwing Punk right around the ring. Followed up by the big clothesline, nearly taking CM Punk's head off. Gunther gonna taunt to the WWE Universe, but doesn't realize that CM Punk got to his feet almost immediately. And now Punk sending Gunther over the top rope onto the floor, and CM Punk is holding the ring. And Gunther is gonna have to rethink his game plan here tonight. See the ring general taking his time, thinking about what he has to do to take down CM Punk here tonight. Punk has got his back. Well, he had his back toward Gunther for a little bit there. Basically showing the disrespect towards Gunther. We lock up once again. Here comes CM Punk now, trying to rain down some strikes. Sends Gunther into the corner. Big punch there by Punk. And another one. And there's a knee strike there by Punk. And follows it up with a pull-out clothesline. First cover of the contest here is by CM Punk, and a quick kick out by the ring general. And now Punk misses the kick as Gunther caught him. And now Gunther, my goodness, that running shotgun drop kick, and Punk is all out of sorts. And it only takes one big maneuver for the ring general to gain control, and that shotgun drop kick was just that. And now Gunther is going to start tearing down CM Punk, starting to work CM Punk. It's, oh my goodness, a big clothesline. You got to think, how is that midsection feeling for CM Punk? That was the targeted area that had the injury that Gunther knew about. Gunther working every part of CM Punk's body, every limb, but you got to think at some point he's going to go straight for that midsection and start working that even more, because he knows that is a target on the back of CM Punk. Now Gunther picks Punk up to his feet here. Now has Punk on his shoulders, this Gunther. And now, oh my goodness, the driver there by the ring general. Now going for any pins right now is Gunther, because he wants to continue to inflict damage. He knows that CM Punk isn't going to lose so easily. Gunther, a very, very intelligent individual. There's a reason why he is called the ring general. There's a reason that he believes the mat is sacred. He has a plan for every situation, and right now we are seeing that plan come into full force against CM Punk. And now there's the attack on the back in the mix section that we were talking about. You knew at some point Gunther was going to go after it. But he's going to continue to inflict damage on every part of the body. There's an elbow drop to the leg right there of CM Punk. And now Gunther, what's he planning to do? Oh my goodness, there's a dragon sleeper here by Gunther. Some variation of it as he's wrenching back on CM Punk. Punk in some deep trouble right now in the middle of the ring, and Gunther lets him go, possibly knowing that Punk was probably going to fight out of it at some point this early on in the matchup. Now you can see there Gunther just toying with CM Punk. Just playing games now with CM Punk as he knows he has the advantage, but CM Punk gives him a chop for his troubles. Gunther able to avoid that kick, and oh my god, another clothesline. Well, that little playful attitude of Gunther seemed to piss off CM Punk. Oh my goodness, big boot sends Punk over the top rope. Well, now Gunther might think twice about that. You can see now Gunther moving with a lot more urgency, a little bit more serious now is the ring general. Oh my goodness, another big chop that sends Punk to the floor. Punk is going to continue to fight, however. But how much longer is he going to be able to do that? Gunther, on this past Monday night on Raw, basically told Punk, you're a broken man. You're a shell of your former self. And he's going to prove it here tonight. And right now, it seems like Gunther's words are coming true. Both men claim to be the best in the world. Only one of them will be able to walk out with the confidence to fully say that with the World Heavyweight Championship over their shoulder. Now Gunther picking Punk up to his feet. And now here's the ring general with a German suplex. And now Gunther just mocking CM Punk. Having his way with the Second City Saint. You can see Punk is hurt. Punk is hurt, ladies and gentlemen. At some point, Charles Robinson might want to step in here. It's becoming a very uncomfortable situation for the Second City Saint. And so, wait a minute here, CM Punk starting to fight back a little bit. Starting to fight back against Gunther a tad bit. Moves out of the way into the big kick, and that might have busted Gunther open, and it did. Here comes CM Punk. Never say die attitude for CM Punk. Oh my goodness, big punch there by Gunther. As he'll try to get a chop off, but CM Punk not going to allow it. Here comes CM Punk here with a Falcon Arrow. Down goes Gunther, and CM Punk is starting to feel it. The WWE Universe tonight, fully behind CM Punk, fully behind the Second City Saint, and he's got to use that energy to prevail here tonight and to topple Gunther. Both men back up to their feet. CM Punk has a hold of the ring general. And now, oh my goodness, that step up knee once again. And now Punk is going to head to the top rope. CM Punk firing on all cylinders, using the adrenaline that is flowing through him right now. Into the cover goes CM Punk on Gunther, and there's a kick out at 2. CM Punk has gained momentum, slowly but surely, getting himself back into the fight. Gunther is sent to the outside. CM Punk, oh my goodness, what is Punk looking for here? CM Punk might be looking to fly, ladies and gentlemen. Here comes the Second City Saint with the suicide dive. Punk is on his feet. Gunther now starting to stir, starting to get back up to his feet, but not before CM Punk drops down on him with that clothesline off the apron. And oh boy, here we go. Well, our table was broken in the first contest of the night, and it seems like CM Punk wants to use the table here tonight as well. It's, oh my goodness, tries to go get Gunther, but he gets caught with that big chop once again. And now Gunther has hold of Punk into the body slam on the outside. As Charles Robinson continues the count. Now Gunther has Punk on his shoulders. And face first off the apron, and Punk now might be busted open. Sending Punk back into the ring does Gunther, and he will get back in as well. That was a count of 7 by Charles Robinson. Gunther calling Punk to his feet, and another clothesline by Gunther. And I believe this is the first pinfall of the matchup by the Ring General, and it's going to get a 2 count. If I remember correctly, I do think that was the first pin of the matchup, at least from Gunther's side. Now Punk sent to the corner by the Ring General. Oh my God! A clubbing uppercut by Gunther. Now just washing the face of CM Punk. And now here comes Gunther. Once again just toying with CM Punk. Some point CM Punk, he's just got to let loose. He's got to fire up here against Gunther. Oh, there we go. Well, there's the letting loose that I was just talking about. He is not going to allow Gunther to play in his face like that. Not CM Punk. If you're going to do that, you better be ready for the repercussions. And now, oh my goodness, got the power to get Gunther up there. CM Punk now starting to build his momentum back up in this contest. There's that big kick yet again. Here comes the Second City Saint, now mocking Gunther, giving him a taste of his own medicine. And there's the big kick by CM Punk. Down goes Gunther. What's Punk looking to do here? To deal some more damage to the Ring General. Big punch there by Punk. And now, might have slipped there. Oh, wait a minute. Losing his footing there. Got the big knee into the clothesline. And now CM Punk. He's going to head to the top rope. We might be knowing what Punk's looking for here. Homage to the Macho Man with an elbow drop he would be proud of. But Gunther got the shoulder up again. Well, CM Punk, he's got to stay on the attack. He's got to be able to take out Gunther right here, right now. Big kick to the leg, trying to chop down the big man. But Gunther able to stop him, and there's a big boot to CM Punk. So wait a minute here. Now Gunther going to the top rope. We've seen Gunther do this in the past. There's that big splash by the Ring General. To win the championship here tonight, CM Punk is still fighting. Now Gunther may be starting to get a little bit frustrated. Now CM Punk just discarded to the floor. Now what's Gunther planning here, ladies and gentlemen? I believe Gunther may have eyes on our announce table. And oh my goodness, here comes Gunther now, putting CM Punk on our announce table, now on top of it. Now he's going to get on top of it. Oh no. What's going to happen here? CM Punk and Gunther on the announce table. Punk gets a punch off. And oh, reversal by Gunther. And oh, wait a minute here. Gunther with a hold of CM Punk and a superplex off the top of the announce table. And that might have taken everything out of CM Punk. And now Gunther is going to get Punk back in the middle of the ring. Charles Robinson was telling Gunther to get back in, and he did indeed. But Punk still has fight left somehow. Oh, wait a minute. CM Punk out of nowhere. Go to sleep. Putting the big man to sleep. Does CM Punk into the cover to win the championship? Nothing. He has not prevailed yet, but that GTS out of nowhere does give CM Punk a little bit of an opening. Making sure with Charles Robinson that was in fact a 2 count, and now going right back to the attack. Gunther is all out of sorts. That GTS caught him way off guard. Now Punk has Gunther on the top rope. Gunther is in huge trouble. CM Punk with a Frankensteiner. A Frankensteiner by Punk. Heading to the top rope again is the Second City Saint. CM Punk, big splash off the top rope. Falling into the cover. Maybe believing that is enough damage here, and it's not. You can see the welts and the bruises on CM Punk, but he doesn't care about any of that. All he cares about is winning the World Heavyweight Championship, and he will take any amount of damage to do that. Big drop kick, down goes Gunther to the outside. Now Punk on the top rope once again here. Pointing to that best in the world sign from that fan there, and I believe the third row. CM Punk with the double axe handle off the top rope to the floor. And now what is Punk looking to do? Well, he's going to try his original plan with this damn announce table. Has Gunther on the table. Punk is going to hop up here as well. And now, reversal by Gunther with a big punch. And Punk reverses with a punch of his own. A punch by CM Punk there to Gunther. And now CM Punk has a hold of the ring general and the best in the world with a suplex to the floor. And you can see the blood hit the ground. I don't know whose blood that is. And now Punk is going to break the count of Charles Robinson. He has to restart once again. And now CM Punk running with that chop. CM Punk right now is feeling it. He's feeling the energy from the WWE Universe, sending Gunther into the steel steps. Now what's Punk looking to do here? As you can see, blood getting everywhere in the arena. Punk now standing on the apron. Charles Robinson telling Punk to get back in the ring, and he will, flying over Charles Robinson with that springboard clothesline. And now CM Punk may be looking for the finishing touches. Has Gunther on his shoulders again. The second GTS of the matchup. Go to sleep, Gunther. Punk looking to win the championship, but Gunther is still in the fight. The WWE Universe Live here in the Enterprise Center thought Punk had the match won. But instead, Gunther is still in the fight. Gunther is still here. Oh, wait a minute. Gunther now with a power bomb that just might end the dreams of the best in the world. No, it will not. Punk got the shoulder up. There's still fight left, but you can see himself pulling himself up with the ropes. There's not much fight left in CM Punk, I don't think. Gunther squished him in the corner, and now the big splash once again. And yet CM Punk still got the shoulder up. That one wasn't even closer to a 3 count. That was possibly 2.99999 and counting. Well, now what does Gunther do? That big splash didn't do it. It almost did, but it didn't. Almost only counts in horseshoes and hand grenades, ladies and gentlemen. I know you've heard that saying before. Back to the outside, these two men go. Wait a minute. Punk again. A third go to sleep, this time on the outside. Punk can't win the championship out there. Wait a minute here. Well, CM Punk may be looking to finally pull off his plan with this announce table. Gunther is laid out. Oh boy, CM Punk on the top. A moonsault through the table. I didn't think Punk had that moonsault in him, especially with the condition he's in. But he is willing to do anything, I mean anything, to take down Gunther and to win the World Heavyweight Championship and to shut Gunther up for good. Sending Gunther into the ring, CM Punk follows almost immediately. And now Punk locking in the Anaconda Vice in the middle of the ring. There's nowhere for you to go, Gunther. He's in trouble, and Punk is wrenching. We could have our world heavyweight champion right here. Gunther's got nowhere to go. The WWE Universe is behind CM Punk. Can Punk make Gunther tap right here, right now, and to secure the victory? Charles Robinson in perfect position. He can see both hands in case Gunther tries to cheat. But here comes Gunther now getting the knees up on CM Punk. And now Gunther with a big clothesline. And you gotta think, was that Punk's best shot? Oh no. Gunther maybe signaling the end of this. He might have had enough of this one here tonight. Here comes Gunther, power bomb. That's it. CM Punk is done. Oh, no, he's not. No, he's not. We got a kick out. And now Gunther checking with Charles Robinson to make sure that was indeed a 2. You can see Punk pulling himself up with the ropes. There is still something left in CM Punk. You're going to have to kill him to beat him. Punk is going to keep going until he has no more breath to give. Oh, my goodness. But how much longer can Punk go? And now Gunther, oh no, locking in that sleeper hold. He nearly put CM Punk to sleep with this a couple of weeks ago on Raw. And now in the middle of the ring with nowhere to go, legs are hooked around the waist of CM Punk. We may be looking at the end of this matchup. Gunther is wrenching, and he's wrenching hard. CM Punk might be starting to fade, but he's still fighting. He is trying to fight. He is trying to find a way to get out of this maneuver, but Gunther's got it locked in pretty good. This could do it. CM Punk might be having to tap, ladies and gentlemen. Wait a minute. CM Punk able to break the grasp of Gunther. 2 back elbows, and he's free. But how much did that take out of CM Punk? Now these two men going back and forth in the middle of the ring, in the middle of St. Louis, fighting for the biggest prize on the red brand, that being the World Heavyweight Championship. What is gonna give? A block there by Punk, and a block there by Gunther. What do you do? Who gets the upper hand in this one? The hockey fight is on, ladies and gentlemen. Everybody is watching very closely alongside with Charles Robinson, and here's Gunther now getting the upper hand. And oh my goodness, another big chop. It might be over. And now Gunther with a big clothesline, a huge lariat. And Gunther may not be done. He may not be done with this punishment. CM Punk slowly getting back to his feet. There's a shotgun drop kick. Punk may be finished. You can see Gunther bloody and all standing over the carcass of CM Punk. And now Gunther trying to get a hold of Punk. Punk, though, still has some fight left. He's still got some breath left in him. He's going to continue to fight. He's striking with all his might. Into the corner. There's the jumping knee strike into the clothesline. CM Punk will not give up. He will not give up unless his body tells him to, unless his body can officially go no longer. Punk now back to the top rope. What's he looking for here? Possibly looking for another big elbow drop, and he lands it flush. Cover to win the championship right here and now. Gunther just barely got that shoulder up. Did you see how close that was? Unbelievable. And now Punk has Gunther right where he wants him, possibly looking for another GTS here, but Gunther won't allow him to get the hook, instead fighting back with these shots to the gut. And now Gunther with a big punch, and oh no, CM Punk is in trouble. He's got that sleeper hold locked in again. CM Punk fighting with all his might while the air is slowly leaving his body. It's just been so much done in this match. I don't know how much CM Punk has. Oh my God, Punk is fading. Oh my God, Punk is fading. Charles Robinson is right there. Punk is fading, ladies and gentlemen. We might have to call the matchup. Punk, I don't think he can continue. It's over. Referee Charles Robinson has deemed CM Punk unfit to continue. Punk has passed out. And the ring general Gunther is your World Heavyweight Champion. CM Punk gave it his all. Like I said, Punk was gonna fight until he couldn't breathe anymore. And the last breath had officially left CM Punk's body. We knew he wasn't 100% coming into this one, and it was a high task for CM Punk, but he still fought, and he almost had Gunther many, many times. But at the end of the day, the ring general proves why he earned that name and proves that he is indeed possibly the best in the world. Bloody and all, yet still standing tall, is Gunther as your World Heavyweight Champion. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us for Backlash. What an event it was. We will see you for Monday Night Raw.